Hey everyone. Hi. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Hi, hi, hi. How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Ugh, pardon me as I just stuffed food into my mouth because I'm like, oh, right. I'm mortal. I must eat. Well, storyteller isn't, but like, you know, the voice behind her voice is, yeah. Ah, but how y'all doing? Oh my god, am I off center? Oh my god. There we go. I fix it. Hi. Hi! I'm a little intimidated right now. Don't be intimidated! Why? I am literally a meat popsicle. Why am I so human? I know, right? I could just like... It would be so nice if I didn't have to like eat or sleep or hydrate or like have diseases that would literally kill me earlier than most. That would be great! Are we gonna set things on fire today? I hope not! I hope not! That would be very bad! At least I think that would be very bad. Mother is intimidating. Oh my god. Just imagine me just kind of leaning over. Mother knows best. Listen to your mother. Hold on, do I have my toggles ready? Hold on, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, that's my bread about. It's a scary world out there. Mother knows best. I broke VTuber Studio. Oh god, I broke it. Yeah, I broke it. Okay, hold on. I pressed too many buttons and now the YouTube Studio like, what is going on? Storyteller, I know you and I have had a rocky relationship, but come on. Are we good? No, we're not good. Okay, come on. Oh, wait, maybe? Okay, never mind. It's just glitchy on my end. Okay, great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Why would you be hit by a chancla? I'm not that kind of mother. What? How's Mother Mickey doing today? I'm really excited. I'm really excited here. So, allow me to give you, like, the down low of what's happening. If people are coming in and being like, what's happening here? What is this game? I don't know what this game is. Allow me to explain. I'm the Filipino kind of... Oh my god. You come eat now. Allow me to explain. So, rocky relationship. Yeah, me and Storyteller had a rocky relationship. It points to lore video. Points to my lore video. But anyway, allow me to explain. For those of you coming in and wondering what the heck is going on, this is a game that's currently in development right now. From a lovely team called Raven Star Games. I found out randomly because I was just, you know, scrolling through Twitter and all that stuff, like looking at all like, oh, like my friends are like either retweeting or like all that stuff. And I saw one picture come up and I'm like, wait, that's Seduce Me. Hold on, wait up. Whenever Seduce Me is on my timeline, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is someone shit talking it again? Is like, what's going on? It was from a post of, you know, like, what's like the thing I'm making and what inspired it. It was kind of like that whole thing. And so it was this game, Lost in Limbo, and then the 3 games that inspired it. And one of them was Seduce Me. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. Someone found inspiration in Seduce Me. That's so great. It gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling inside my brain skull. So of course I let them know. This is as I'm ready to start. Hello! Who's ever talking, not just lurking. It's all good! I'm talking about you. Hopefully, positively in your eyes. Or I could just be like, I'm going to judge the heck out of this. No, I'm kidding. I would never be like that. So, essentially, I saw the tweet, I liked it, I replied to it, all that stuff. Then I got approached. Asking if I wanted to try it out. So I said yes, because fuck it, why not? I just figured it'd be a really fun time, and like, okay, let's not beat around the bush here. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Seduce Me is 10 years old. Seduce Me is almost 10 years old. I can't just sit here and be like, oh, Seduce Me is my baby. No. Seduce Me at this point is about to hit grade school. And the fact that the people still find inspiration to Seduce Me, the fact that like some of my actors still come up to me and be like, hey, so someone brought up Seduce Me while I was guesting at a con. Like, there have been Sam cosplayers, there have been people talking about Damien with Jonah, and I'm just kind of like, oh my lord. Recently, Poseidon told me that she played Seduce Me, and I took her I took her a Tomei V card. It's just like, oh my god, yeah, Seduce Me about to hit 5th grade up in here. So the fact that Seduce Me is still inspiring people to make games makes me fucking ecstatic. Because I don't know if y'all, if you're just new to this field with me, if you're new to coming in, hi, hello. My goal in life, as in like the reason I breathe, the reason I live, the reason I don't just say fuck everything and go live in the woods for the rest of my fucking life, is quite literally to inspire others. It's quite literally to push others to be creative, push others to just say fuck it, write what you want, do what you want, be happy, be creative, let the muse flow, let yourself be inspired and do the creative thing. That is my fucking goal. And the fact of the matter is, because Lost in Limbo has been publicly noted as being inspired by Seduce Me as well as other games, that just, it shows that my work is worth it. That shows that my efforts in making these games, making these stories, is well worth my time and well worth my goal. So yeah, that being said, before we get into Lost in Limbo, before I start singing its praises or judging the fuck out of it, I'm sorry, I know the creators are here, so that's why I'm absolutely teasing them. Before I get into it, I do have to remind people, Seduce Me is indeed almost 10 years old. There will probably be a major 10-year mark event in February, the week of Valentine's Day. I don't know when, and I don't know who's gonna be involved, and I don't know what's gonna happen. But I've already started talks with people. I've already started reaching out to people for February of 2025 for a big event on stream and all that stuff to celebrate 10 years. But otherwise, we're gonna go ahead and send my child off to 5th grade now. We're like, the bus is about to leave. You gotta go. Now, it's time to get started on this. So if you don't know what this game is game is called Lost in Limbo. It is a dark fantasy romance. It is currently in development right now. They're getting ready for their Kickstarter, and they have a sneak peek demo that only certain people are allowed to play and try out, and I am one of them. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to see what happens. So everyone get into my office. We gotta go. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's not delay any further, shall we? Yeah. Look at this cool menu. Look at this cool menu. Give everyone a birthday hat 10-year update. Yeah, 10-year update right there. But look at that coolness. Very Persona menu. And then also, I mean, I'll say it. The big like circle in the big circle in the middle of Seduce Me thing. I'm just like, oh, purple circle in the middle. The only thing that's different with Seduce Me is that it moves. It has steam. But no, I say this lovingly. I'm not saying like, oh my god. No, you're fine. This is Lost in Limbo. When you get the demo, I'm assuming there's going to be a public demo down the line. You'll be able to have access to all of their social media, such as like the Tumblr, the Twitter, their Discord, their Steam page, and all that stuff, and the Kickstarter when eventually it will come out. Obviously. There is content warnings. Bless. So content warnings: violence, death, mild horror, body horror, mild jump scares, disturbing imagery, flashing images. Flashing images. Okay, creators, I know you're here. I do have to ask, are there eyes? For my personal play, I need to ask, are there eyes? As in, like, jump scares with eyes. I will wait for an answer while we continue. Please note that this game is rated 17+. So yeah, I'm going to be the not Colleen Hoover. and say, hey, if you're not 17, you probably shouldn't fucking play this game. I'm just saying. You should probably adhere to the age. I'm not your mother. I'm not your matron. I'm just saying, be aware of the age. Because, you know, we don't want to instill adult shit to kids. So, no eye jump scares, bless. Thank you very much. Alright. And of course, a really cool configuration screen. Really, really cool. And because my old ass needs, like, big jumbo text, I need to see what I'm reading. My dyslexia and my old age ain't gonna handle it. I say as a 32-year-old. But yeah, so... Alright. Crap, I can't play this. But don't we call you mom? You do. You do. But I'm not your mother. I could be your mommy. If you want me to be. But nonetheless, so obviously there's extras. In the full game, there'll be a compendium, and there's a credits list. Because look at all these awesome people. There's the director, the writer, the programmer, the art director, the character artist. Like, look at all these cool names. You have the background artist and the creature artist. You have the creature artist. Alright, cool. Concept artist, mini CG artist. Oh, mini CGs. Wait, mini CGs? Hold on. Wait, back up. Back up. Mini CG artist? What does that mean? I'm curious. Okay, cool. I'll get there when I get there. Background artist, editor, UE artist, music, and we apparently have voice acting. Now, whether or not it's full or partial, I don't know. We're gonna find out. So we have Amon, Rhea, Gale, Envy, Ada, Zal? We're gonna figure it out. Father Pride, Mysterious Seer. Image tools for Ren'Py. I knew this was Ren'Py visual novel engine. Let's fucking go. So I can press H to get some screenshots. And kinetic text tags. Wonderful. I'm like a normal artist, but mini. I love it. I love that. That's how you should, like, if you go into an interview, like, hi, what type of artist are you? I'm a normal artist, but mini. Love it. Alright, but as you can see, no saves. This is all fresh and new, fresh and clean. I have no idea what's going to happen. And I've been told that there is a possibility I might die. And I've been told that this is retribution for the fact that the writer died multiple times and got the bad endings for Damien. So this is my one just desserts. So, be aware that if I do die, I earned it. But at the same time, worth it. Anyways, so what does the game look like? It has cool magic shit. It does! It looks like it has cool magic shit. I love it. I love it. Alright, so. Shall we get... This guy here, what's this game about? We gonna find out together. We're about to press start right now. We're about to press start right now. Alright. Notice, this game contains flashing lights that may make it unsuitable for people with photosensitivity. Please go to configuration, transitions off for your safety. Ah, we'll be fine. Proceeds to get, like, lights jutted into my eyeballs. Love it. Ooh. Leaving the name empty will assign the MC a default name. River Winchester. Okay, so... You know what? You know what? I'm feeling spicy today. I'm feeling very spicy today. No one can stop me. Are you sure this can't be changed? Yes. Okay. What do we got here? Oh. Is there a way to... Okay, hold on. Actually, wait. Auto speed. Turn off. Turn it off! Text speed. Off. That should be... That should turn it off, hopefully. If I remember my Ren'Py controls correctly. In my dreams, I see a black tower. Ooh. Oh, that's even slower. Hold on. Text speed. Whoop! There we go. Let's try that. It has no beginning and no end. No doors and no windows. No past and no purpose. It was there before our kind took its first breath, and it will be there long after we take its last. Words. You're fine. It's not me. It's not you, it's me. Because it's cheating! Mika is cheating! She's so done with the incubi boy. She's like, no, I'm gonna go on this other adventure. It knows not of time or reason. It is greater than life and truer than death. Okay, then, actually, devs! I would suggest, like, making sure there's a function where you can just not have the text speed or the auto speed on, because there seems to be a loading issue with how fast it's coming in. There's a little bit of a loading problem. And so that way the player has full control all the time, rather than having it just automatically be on auto, so. I used to be afraid of it. Every time I closed my eyes, it was there, waiting, immobile and ever-present. I often wondered what it wanted from me. As infinite as it was, it lacked a voice. My questions remained unanswered night after night. Now I know I should have listened more closely. It was a clear warning, one I was determined to ignore. Even if the answer had been right before me, would I have been willing to understand? Would I have been able to turn my back on what was dearest to me? I mean, Mika did before by turning into the queen of the demon world, but okay. If we're playing as Mika— oh, hello. Bird! Very well. Yes. I do wonder. Why am I telling you this now? Maybe even after everything, I still harbor love for you in my heart. Interesting. Who are you? You think you outsmarted me, don't you? What will come next is inevitable. You are only delaying what was written in the foundations of the universe long, long ago. This was bound to happen. You are meant to fail, and I am meant to succeed. So why do you insist on continuing the charade? Are you truly this desperate? Or have you finally gone mad? I see. You think of yourself as special, don't you? The chosen one, the savior, the hero. It must hurt, knowing you are none of those things. It must make you lie awake at night, knowing someone else now has what was once yours. What is crueler than having no place to go, but having no one to be? And yet, you say nothing. Even now, as you stand at the edge of the abyss, you refuse to so much as mumble a word. You could beg for forgiveness, for help, but you won't. Time is not on your side, betrayer. You will soon have to face me. I will erode the hope of those who denied me. I will feed the fear of the disloyal and the broken, and when they look to the sky begging for salvation, they will hope to see me. And my wanderer, my dear wanderer, will be the key to a new and glorious birth. Remember, betrayer, the Midnight Tower is not my prison. It is my fortress. Damn, alright, that's a start! That's a start! Okay, I'm assuming I'm the one speaking to the entity before me and not the other way around. That's why I went in that direction. So I am assuming in that regard. Let's try maybe. Huh? Oh, I'm awake now. God, I need to stop smoking. I fell asleep. I wiped the drool off my chin with the back of my hand. Lobby of the occult and esoteric shop is as empty as it was when we got here. The old clock marks more than an hour since Evie disappeared behind that door to get a tarot reading. No one has come in or out since. The cheap and whimsical playlist coming out of the speakers of the waiting room is the only company I have. Chances are, no one even knows I'm still waiting here. And yet, the first sensation that takes over me when the haze of sleep dissipates is that of someone watching me. It's been happening again recently. That buzzing in my nape, the disgusting tickle of 1,000 eyes digging into the back of my head, following me everywhere. The Black Tower. Okay. Ugh. That blasted tower again. The dream is getting longer with each passing day, more detailed, more permanent. Now it even haunts my soporific naps. I can read my dyslexia if I close my eyes. But if you close your eyes, ew. Sorry. Stop, Michaela. What is crueler than having no place to go, but having no one to be? For as long as I can remember, this dream has been a part of my life. An infinite tower decomposing in the bleeding night sky. It's a cryptic dream typical of the hyper-imaginative mind of a kid. Something you let go of when you get older. But I didn't. It lingered until I stepped out of Feyborn to live my own life. Then disappeared without a trace. But since I moved back 2 weeks ago, it's been visiting most nights again. As if it had been waiting for me to return. Sometimes I woke up from my dreamless sleep to wonder where the tower went. Now I can only wonder what's brought us together again. I can't say I'm surprised it's back, though. My mind has never been in a worse place than it is now. Jobless, broke, living back with my mom and grandmother in the old family house. So this is Amika in another dimension! Waiting for my best friend to get tired of asking questions about her future to a stranger that allegedly has supernatural powers. And dealing with ominous dreams provoked by feelings of anxiety and dread. One therapist told me the tower might symbolize my regrets, my self-hatred, or my fear of an uncertain future. Another specialist had a different hypothesis. Having my grandmother constantly claiming the town is cursed may have had some effects on my brain as a kid. My mother definitely agreed. Based on Grandma's superstitious thinking, the longer I stay here, the more evil rubs on me. That means I'm cursed by now. Following that logic, and everyone else who lives here. You think they would notice if they were. Maybe if I believed in those kinds of things, it would bring some kind of relief. I could try to uncurse myself, if that's possible. Cleanse, purify, I'm not sure what the word would be. Love that. A text from Evie, who should not be texting when she's getting her fortune read. SFL. Sucker for love? Attached to the text is a poorly taken photo of what seems to be a bunch of rocks thrown on top of a round table. SFL, save for later. Okay. Clever. Clever! I believe there are 7 romantic options, and there are 7 stones on that table, each with a different color. Clever! I don't think you're supposed to sneak a pic of... Anyway. Yeah. Nothing has changed. My lifelong best friend is still obsessed with the occult and is ecstatic to bring me along for the ride now that I'm back. My grandmother, who is close to 100 years, but has the spirit of a 25-year-old, keeps insisting the town is cursed and wants me gone again, the sooner the better. My mother is on the verge of having a fist fight with that very same grandmother if she dares pull another one of her stunts to protect us from evil spirits. The only sliver of normalcy I have in my life right now is my daily job, hunting. Besides that, I've got nothing. At the end of the day, there's nothing in my mind but the gnawing fear of having made a mistake so far back in time it's too late to fix it. Well, I don't know, man. If Grandma's saying this town is cursed, and you walk your happy ass back being like, bet, then, you know, that's a mistake that you just have to swallow, my dear. You just gotta swallow that mistake, my dear. I mean, sure, boomers be drinking the lead and all that shit, but I think if this has been going on for fucking years, the entirety of your life being like, you need to go, I think I'm gonna side with Grandma on this one. A business card slips off from its neat stack on top of the table in front of me. A bunch of flashy flyers lay next to them. That's a fucking ghost right there. That fucking happened right there. That's a ghost. That is a ghost. That's more reason you need to GTFO. Mayborn is a dull little place, but it offers a stream of surprisingly affluent mystics, seers, and so on. This Mr. Lysander has been the talk of the town for a while. It looks like he's trying to make a brand for himself with his expensive costumes and flamboyant aesthetics straight out of a fantasy book for teenagers. I put the business card back into place and pick up one of the flyers. Glitter falls from those pages and onto my lap when I open the thick, glossy fold-out paper. That you now have, glitter aids! Congratulations. Alright, so let's take a look at this real quick. Master Lysander. Wandering mage seeking knowledge and offering enlightenment. The solution to break the curse that falls into the city is nowhere but in my powerful mind. Well, that's rather selfish of you to hide that shit. Give it up! Glitter aids. I mean, it is! Am I wrong? Do you have uncertainties? Do you feel lost? Master Lysander's readings have the answers. Get 15% off of your first reading. Quiet the mind and the soul will speak. Abandon the mundane noise. Make your appointment now. Waiting list 2 months! Damn. So you're like a doctor, making me wait 2 months for shit. Happiness is a teardrop away. That's the tower right there. That's the damn tower. That's like a, hello, ding ding, red flag. MC, hello. That's the first thing you should be noticing. Hold on, H. Yep, MasterLysander.com. Fucking Lamau. But yeah, that's the tower right there. That's the bloody sky. There's a potential, like, showing of, like, oh, you know, the figure that you just saw speaking in your dreams. He's right there. Hello, good morning. Ah. Damn. My 14-year-old self would have loved this. Huh. A wandering mage seeking knowledge and offering enlightenment. The solution to break the curse that falls in the city lies nowhere else but in my powerful mind. Then fix it! No way. This man also thinks this town is haunted? That makes 2 people in all of Feyborn, which isn't much, but it's weird enough. If I had a nickel for every person that thinks this town is cursed, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. But it's weird that's, but it's weird that it's happened twice. Or maybe every place he visits is haunted. Convenient, am I right, Mr. Lysander? You can mean any. Hi. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Why are you trying to, like, impress me already with your first entrance and appearance? And what's with the wannabe costume of trying to be Sino from Genshin Impact? I'm so sorry. No, I know that's not the intent, but I immediately thought, oh, the robe looks very similar. Moving along. I press the flyer against my chest. The door is open with a rumbling thud, and a shadowy figure stands at the other side of the room. With the words. Even with her eyes obscured behind a veil, I can tell that they're looking right at me. I mean, I could see it right there. If you zoom in very properly, that eye is looking straight at me.
The reading can begin now.
I'm sorry, there's already a person in the reading room. Are you not in there with them? Like, hello? For a moment, I don't know if they're talking to me, or if another customer has come in during my lapse in attention. It only takes a brief inspection to check there's no one else around, though. It's just us. And he looks at me, and I look at him. I hate blind skepticism as much as a blind faith out of refusing something necessary because it can't exist. It just makes you look stupid in my eyes. I mean, it's like... If 2 people say that this place is cursed, maybe there might be a little bit of credence. Maybe a tiny bit. Tiny bit. This way. Also, partial voice acting. Okay, so I thought it was full, but partial. Cool, cool. Okay. I'm not here for a reading. Just so you know, I could just sit back and just, like, chill. They gesture with their arm, holding the door wide open in clear invitation. Am I gonna get charged for it? That's the question. That's third option. I love that there's two options. Third option. Am I gonna get charged for this? I'm waiting for my friend, who's also getting a reading, apparently. So probably a second room? Is this a second room? Is there a save option? Hold on. Ah. Save button. The escape button. The always and forever escape button. Let's see. That's my question. Is it free? Or is this motherfucker gonna be like, haha, I'm gonna give you a reading, and now that you have a reading, I'm gonna charge you, because I have services rendered, so that would be $250, please. God damn. Yeah, fuck it. Ah, well, it's either getting a tarot reading or wallowing in my misery while I'm waiting for Evie to finish up. And that could take, like, what? 3 hours? I wouldn't be surprised if Master Lysander kicks her out. Before I can open my mouth, however, I remember something crucial. Sorry, I didn't book a session. My friend is already in there with your colleagues. I love how, like, it's now that we recognize it. Wait, hold on. We didn't book shit. After we make the choice to be like, fuck it. Oh, wait, hold on.
On the house. Your soul looks like it craves some advice.
That's some sort of mystic shit right there. That is some sort of... That is like scrolling through TikTok and that's a fucking tarot reader going, wait, there are no hashtags in this TikTok. This was for you. Oh my god. Ah. Okay. I managed not to make any weird faces. As much as this is not my thing, I'm not to laugh about it either. I'm not about to laugh about it either. Out loud, that is. My soul is kinda fine. You don't need to bother. Is it now?
Mind you,
Ooh.
my colleague won't appreciate you digging a hole in our floor without good reason.
Okay, now hold on. Is it going to be partial or full? Because now I'm like, there are lines that absolutely could be recorded, but then there are lines that are recorded. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, pump the brakes real quick. Devs, it's partial. Yeah, but like you're giving me some good snacks, and I'm like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, good snacks here. Their eyes are pointedly aiming at my leg, my rapidly bouncing leg. Oh, I also bounce my knee. That's great. I stop immediately, heat crawling up to my face. Allow me to insist. All right. Maybe I can get another funny prediction to add to the pile. Would be way more entertaining than sitting here staring at the ceiling for God knows how long. I stand up from my seat, and their smile broadens. As I follow them, I give a last glance to the door Evie disappeared behind. I'm sure I'll be done before she is anyway. Inside the room, the psychic stands in front of a bookshelf, their fingers hovering over the spines of the many books neatly tucked inside. It's a small place that barely has space to move around. The air is heavy, charged with different smells mixed together in a distinct perfume. Please, close the door and take a seat. I reluctantly look back at the reading room. There's an odd pressure in my chest that I can't get rid of. I don't know, he's just offering a random free reading service. The odd pressure in your chest is probably gonna be like, oh god, what bill is he gonna pull out of his ass at me? No, I've never been intimidated by places like this. I'm not about to start now. I push the door until it's sealed, sending a flurry of some kind of sparkling powder from the floor. Sorry? Is that salt, motherfucker? Did you just... Also, Cat Noir. Clever. Might be recognized? Not sure. Definitely recognized. Hold on, is it powder? There's a flurry of some kind of sparkling powder. Oh, the glitter! It's the glitter! My bad. As I take my seat, the seer starts rummaging around. When they finally sit in front of me, they place a small notebook near the edge of the table. It's shabby, to say the least. The faded cover still has some visible white lines, but I can't make any sense of the drawings they used to form. I'm assuming they take notes on their sessions here. Maybe this is some kind of roleplay thing to keep the magical ambience up. It's kind of cute.
I have been waiting for you.
Really now? Have you been waiting for me? Me specifically? My heart skips a beat. Nice heartbeat. How do you... They smile slowly.
The one between told me about you. They knew you would come to me today.
The one between, huh? Okay. Tell me more. The one between. That's a new one. A mortar and pestle join the book on the table, as well as a slim wooden box and an ink bottle with an expensive-looking brush seated on top. No need to act so surprised. You, more than anyone else, should be familiar with the ways of the occult. My face dropped a bit, but I'm quick to cover it up. By the way their grin widens, I can tell I failed. There's no way they know about me or my family. They're surely only reciting a speech they use to impress every client that steps into this room. Mika, darling, by now, your survival instincts are as dim as Mika from Seduce Me. Like, come on! It's right there in front of you. That's a red flag. You need to, be like, thank you so much for the free speech. I'm gonna just GTFO right now and walk towards the door, then jump out the window. Discomfort worms its way into my chest, but inside it, there's the slightest spark. Curiosity. Share your thoughts. My thoughts? The first thing crossing your mind. The key to getting acquainted with one's psyche lies in spontaneity.
Your mind, your inner self, knows more about what haunts you than you do yourself.
I mean, that tracks with psychology. That's surprisingly insightful. Wait, before we start, I have to warn you. I don't believe in this kind of thing. I don't mean to disrespect your work in the slightest, but you may be wasting your time with me. You don't really believe that, do you, Miss Anderson? There's a deliberately crafted balance inside. You do not believe, but I can see you are quite sensitive to the ways the common folk consider unorthodox. There's a pointed pause as they tilt their head. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Your family's influence, yes? My mouth opens to ask, but their sly grin stopped. Hello, bottom fangy thingies. They know what I'm about to say, and I know what they would answer. The one between. You must know how the minds of a chosen few are prone to connecting with unusual places and forces. The air becomes stiff and dense around me, and the shadows behind their figure seem to elongate until I can make out the shape of a tower. You see, it is easier to enlighten the unbelieving than it is to take devotion away from the faithful. I assume you're planning to enlighten me, then? You are an interesting individual, Mrs. Anderson. We both have our reasons to walk the paths we choose. That we do. Now, as much as I would be ecstatic to discuss this further with you, shall you indulge me? I am very interested in what that mind of yours is hiding. The first thing crossing in my mind, huh? Right now there's a bunch of things I could think about. What does the one in between say about me? I'm genuinely curious. That is the first thing that would come in my mind. Does they say more about me? What can this one between tell you about me? If they know so much about me, you surely don't need to ask me. They lean forward ever so slightly, and I find myself imitating. They said you would pose a challenge, which I have already found out myself. Were you anyone else, I wouldn't have offered you my aid. But you truly are a special. Fearless, confident. Life has tried to bend you to the ways of others, and yet, still, you have prevailed. For a fleeting and heart-wrenching instant, we just look at each other. I can see it in the faint glint of their eyes. They are carefully minding their words, lest something slip. My. Some would think that you're flirting with me. They laugh, boisterous and carefree, breaking their carefully studied role. I see that blush across your damn cheeks. Don't fucking lie to me. I see that blush upon your damn cheeks. You like what I said? Oh, I wonder. You're not here for love, however, are you? Definitely not. I'd say I'm here by pure chance. The one between doesn't believe in such a thing. That you are here today before me, just like they predicted. It can be nothing, if not a matter of divine providence. I decide right here and now what's crossing my mind. Alright. Color me interested. Tell me about this patron of yours. They reach up and lower the veil of their face, but I catch concealed dart of their tongue. My patron, the one between. They were once appointed as the watchtower of the universe. As the watchtower? So it's the tower! So the one between is the tower. So are we insinuating that the spirit that we were previously is actually the manifestation of this tower? That while they say they are a fortress, they are actually themselves a fortress? Maybe? They ruled over a world akin to ours, where we committed sin after sin and strode away from the true meaning of life. The one between made sure their realm would never walk that path. There's a but somewhere. Staring at them, I can feel the words stuck in their throat as if they were in mine, keeping me from breathing. I should not talk about them lightly, however. By contract, I am bound to share only what they give me permission. In other words, Master Lysander hasn't really written down the one between story, and if you say something you shouldn't, you may get fired. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Sorry, Yes. Yes, you could very well say so. Oh, okay. So Master Lysander is the information giver, huh? Or he's some sort of not a mitigation, but like keeper of knowledge, and you're just kind of like there, kind of also as an agent of it, but you only have permissions that Master Lysander gives you? Okay. They were right about you. Care to share? They said you wouldn't have trouble speaking openly. That is very generous of your patron. I usually get mouthy instead. I'm afraid I would have to disagree. The chuckle we share thankfully dissipates the tension that lingers in the air. I like this dude. He's a cool dude. Without another word, they open the last page of the notebook and pick up a silky red ribbon resting in the back cover. Let us begin then. Begin? What has this been then? Just a warm-up? Exactly. Under my vigilant stare, they tie one end of the ribbon around their wrist. They extend their hand to me next, leaving it on top of the table. Are you asking me to tie the ribbon around my wrist? Is this some sort of physical connection using the silk? Okay. It's calloused and full of scars. Some of them are faded, small and thin, while others coil like serpents from the heel into their palm, into the depths of their tunic. Your hand. I hesitate. Something doesn't sit right with me. It hasn't for a while now, but how does this person know so much about my life? Well, obviously the one between told him. It's impossible. Do I know them from somewhere? Are they an acquaintance of my family that I don't know about? Or, hear me out, magic. Literally just the meme. Magic. Not even a stalker would know about the intimate parts of my childhood. At least that's what I want to think. I can't say I believe any of their words, but the shadow of doubt is starting to settle in my chest. Worst case scenario, Evie has been scammed and these people are weirdos. But what if this really gives me some answers? You seem to be particularly interested in. I cannot deny that. What do you win with this? If I stood up and left now, what would you lose? My patron would be disappointed. I don't expect to recruit you or convert you. I merely wish to give you insight, to give you the choice you've never been granted. Let's make a deal then. If I go through with this, you'll let me ask you as many questions as I want, and you'll answer them. The shoulders relax with a timid exhale.
I give you my word that after this whole ordeal is over, you will have the answers you seek.
That's a very, very roundabout way to say you're about to be isekai'd into another fucking world, bitch. And those answers will be there waiting for you, and I won't be the one to say it. That's a great roundabout way to say that. Wrong pipe. Wrong pipe. Fuck. I'm dying. Whew. Hold on, don't wrap my wrist yet. Hold on. Just let me stop choking first. Then you can wrap my wrist in that red silk. It's completely fine. I consent. My safe word is pineapple. Not that the world means anything, but I'll take it. For now. Hold on. Oh, okay. I'm good. I place my hand on theirs. Can you please tell me what the game I worked on to kill you? I'm fine! I place my hand on theirs, and to my utter disbelief, they flip it over. They don't seem interested in the lines of my palm. Instead, they tie the other end of the ribbon around my wrist with delicacy. And then dip the brush in ink. As I do, I sneak my other hand in my pocket where my phone is. If something happens, I just have to press the power button 5 times. Then it's 10 seconds of countdown until emergency services are notified. I sound crazy. Nothing's going to happen. The seer stops before the tip of the brush can touch my skin, their eyes finding mine. I give them permission with a curt nod. It's oddly fascinating. I thought I'd seen everything. Oil, water, riddles, ashes, needles. But this is new. I close my eyes, focusing on the almost soothing sensation of the brush caressing.
Yes, relax. Let your mind wander far, far away, to places you never believed you could go.
I'm about to isekai your ass with a spell. I nod. Their voice is so captivating it's almost impossible to not sit back and breathe deeply, concentrating on the feeling of air filling my lungs and then leaving with a fluid exhale as I'm trying to recover from choking. My hand is left on top of the table as they draw theirs away. The wood pressing under my fingers throbs. On the black, empty canvas that covers my eyes, I see something slithering up high in the sky. It's the tower! See it. Connect with it. The tower. It materializes before me. So alive I could reach out and touch it. There's a lonely path carved in the mountains, disappearing behind a thick curtain of fog. Sorry, my throat, man. What do you want from me? Where are you? I hear a metallic shing, raising my goosebumps from my limbs. I become aware of the silence, the rumbling of something beneath my feet. There's that strange tickle in the back of my neck again, slowly taking the shape of a pair of eyes. Something pins my hand to the table. My hand. Pain doesn't strike right away. Fear does. Why? The blade of a knife is stabbed through my palm, digging deep into the wood. Blood seeps through the grooves and stains them red. I can't breathe. My sweaty palm slips from my phone. I don't know how many times I manage to press the button before my body goes numb. The whole room starts to spin. Speeding up with each passing second, I slump over the table, wailing, my throat constricted around my vocal cords. Hands slither along my limbs, sharp nails digging into my skin press me down against the freezing wood.
Please, don't be scared.
I don't blink as I raise my eyes to the seers still sitting calmly in front of me. They smile at me through the shadows of their veil, placing their hand on top of mine. So it's not him! He's not the one that stabbed me! Someone else did! Something else did! I shudder at the cold touch. They're bleeding too. More blood mixes in an indistinguishable crimson stream.
We all have to play our part in this.
The face draws in close to mine, but I can't recoil. I can't fight this agony, turning my limbs to stone.
I have played mine, and now it's time for you to play yours.
They raise their fingers to my hair, brushing it off my face. Fight. Fight. Fight, Wanderer! Fight! If you want to live, fight! Fight! Ah! The strength that could not be within me rushes through my veins, inhuman and raw. My free hand curls around the handle of the knife at a dizzying speed. I yank the blade out from my hand, drawing an arc through the air in my bubbling blood. The knife edges glides across the seer's face. Their flesh resists the blade, skin and muscle pushing back against my grip with no use. Everything breaks. Like red ribbons carried by the wind, the seer's face explodes in thin strips of meat and blood.
No! No! This can't be happening! This was not the deal!
The last thing I see before white pierces my eyes is the seer's face, twisted beyond recognition as the flesh around their mouth tears with a terrifying sound. A violent gush of wind pushes me back against the chair. The furniture is lifted into the air, flying around like sheets of paper, and I cling to the knife for dear life. The chair gives in. Gravity pulls me down at the speed that flips my stomach over. It burns. Let go! Flames lick my skin, burning past my clothes and flesh until they reach bone. I try to open my eyes, only to screw them shut again with a wail. I'm afraid they'll turn to ashes like the rest of me. I can't hear anything but the ringing in my head. I don't know if my voice is reaching anyone as I scream for help. I crash into something. The impact wrecks my bones and sends a blunt wave of pain through me, stealing what was left of my breath. My ribs break one after the other as like keys of a piano being violently played. My charred skin becomes apart until my raw flesh is in the open and the raging gale carrying me transforms into a million needles prickling every spot they can reach. Then there's just silence around me and inside me. The sensation of my bones shattering into splinters feels like soft droplets of rain caressing my body. So this must be it. This must be what dying feels like. Within the agonizing plague of thoughts tearing my brain apart, there's a clear revelation that leaves no emotion behind. I'm going to die. And I will have deserved it for making the writer go through a million fucking Damien bad ends. Awaken, my wanderer. I see the night sky. Pearlescent tears glint the vast darkness of the world, above and below, as far as the eye can see. The soft hands of the void brush my hair away from my face and brace the soles of my feet. I'm standing, or so I think. I can see my bones peeking through the sliced and scorched meat my body once was, and I feel nothing. You are here, but you are not. There is no sense of direction. Left and right merge with up and down. and the only points of reference I have are my useless limbs. You are not complete. Something warm touches my hand. When I look down, there's nothing but the pitiful sight of the thin bones that remain attached to my arm. It's not my body being touched. It's me. This is almost disheartening. I had hoped it would... Yes, I had hoped. That is all I could do. Do not fear, my dear wanderer. I will take care of you. All of them have failed me. All of them. But you won't. You won't fail me. Gentle fingers caress my cheeks, soothing to my aching skin. The words tickle my brain, begging to be released. I won't fail you. Say it. Manifest it. Feel it in the depths of your soul. Oh, I can't. Oh! Clever, I like that. Okay. Oh, not even the buttons will work. Okay, clever, I like that. I won't fail you. I know. You are my dear, dear wanderer after all. Our last beacon of hope. The one that carries my will. A kiss falls on my forehead. The world lays me down ever so gently. And in its navel, brimming with life, I am left to rest. I'm cradled in vaporous waves, laving at a shore that is yet to heal from the storm. But one day it will heal. One day it will heal. And it will be glorious. This will be my parting gift to you. Shooting stars descend from above, sinking into the empty husk that I am. Inside me, they stretch and twist, sewing me back together stitch by stitch. And then, there's light. My eyelids, still sticky over my unfinished and hollowed eyes, part to reveal a shining silhouette. The world groans with animosity, with hatred. The sky turns red for the briefest of instants before it settles back into a deeper blue. Pardon me. You repaired my voice, so... You never give up, do you? Breaking into my sacred chest, taking my wanderer away from me. Your cruelty knows no limits. A gasp tears from my body as life is breathed into me once more. The pain is numbing and suffocating, but there is no chest for me to clutch yet. Our time together Our time together comes to an end. I will see you soon, my dear wanderer. I'm totally hydrating. What are you talking about? I will see you soon. Oh shit! I got transported into the beginning of Seduce Me 1. Fuck! My eyes snap open with a strength that sends a painful jolt directly into my brain. A dream? It all was... Fuck! It's dark. The blood? The red and black dots burned into my corneas, mixed with the tears glazing over my eyes, making it difficult to focus on what's in front of me. I catch the faint chant of crickets in the distance. My skin shivers as I look at the clogged sky. It's freezing. I prop myself up on my elbows, coughing and spitting the patches of grass from my mouth. My lungs are burning. Ugh! Suddenly, every sensation crashes into me at once. I roll onto my back, panting erratically for air, placing a hand on my aching stomach. Everything! It burns! I ball my hands into fists, only to be rewarded with a wave of sharp, white-hot pain. I try to gulp down every breath, but the air gets caught between my wheezing ribs and my skin. Something's moving. I claw at my arms and my throat, trying to tear off the lumps my nails run into. The pain, I can't I collapse on my side. Blades of grass scratch my sizzling skin. A single drop of rain falls on my forehead. It's fine. You'll be fine. Clenching my jaw tight, I catch one breath after the other. I don't know how long I wait before the agony tearing me apart finally ebbs away. The first coherent sensation that takes over me is the smell of wet grass and dirt. I sit up. Sudden motion summons black dots in my vision, but I force myself to my feet. There's nothing broken that I can see or feel at first sight. My skin seems to be unmarred when I raise my shirt to examine myself. Everything is in order. Oh, what the fuck when I went through all of that? It's as if I imagined it all. What the hell just happened? I take in my surroundings. Trees stand as far as the eye can see. The hill I seem to be on top of slinks down and back up, spreading into the endless mountains. My head! A sudden thrum of pain calls my attention back to my body. I look down, gasping at the sight of blood dripping down my forearm beneath a thick layer of mud. The memories spring forth as if from an unopened faucet. Did they drug me? Was I hallucinating? My heart sinks all the way to my stomach with a single chilling word crosses my mind. Kidnapped. Oh yes, kidnapped and then dropped off, and so relocated is another like kinder definition. But kidnapped, sure. Where's the kidnapper? That seer clearly knew about me. I remember talking with him. I remember the pain in my hand and that adrenaline surging through my veins. But then, nothing. I can't recall a single thing after that. There's definitely something wrong with my body. They did something to me, but what? My phone. I have to check my phone. Thankfully, it's still in my pocket. The clock marks 11:26. Evie's appointment was at 10 o'clock. There's no signal at all, no internet connection either, but I dial Evie's number anyway. Alright. Okay, I'll call the emergency number. Come on! There should be a network tower somewhere. Why can't I even reach the fucking emergency line? What if they attacked EV2? Was the appointment a trap? I have to do something. I just can't sit. I can't wait here. The moon peeks over the clouds, the pale light bouncing off of something buried in the mud. There, covered in blood, lies the knife. I do not take game suggestions or preferences for a game, but I appreciate the question, though. I cut them, didn't I? I just cut that person's face. I've never held a knife in my hands for the purpose of hurting someone or defending myself. As I grab it now, I don't feel that strength from before, but an unsettling pressure in my chest. It may come in handy. Someone might come back to finish the job. Which is terrifying to think about. Let's get a move on. Balancing the knife between my fingers, I fit my phone into my palm, eyes trained on the empty signal bars as I start to march forward. There has to be a network tower somewhere, or a road I can get into. Sweet home Alabama. Alabama looks quite different. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. There's some kind of band tied around the trees, which means people must be living nearby. My eyes are drawn to the candles burning at the foot of a carved rock, some of the wax almost intact, which means they can't have been lit too long ago. This could be a pilgrimage route, or a camping zone. Maybe these rocks are some kind of landmark? The flapping of wings breaks my silence. A group of crows sits on a branch right above my head, tilting their beaks at I speed up, moving my phone around to catch even a small bar of signal. The crows follow me, bouncing from tree to tree, trying to guess where I might be going. If only I knew to begin with. Fuck, I'm not close to Faerun at all, am I? Uh-huh. A reddish light flickers in the forest below, standing out amongst the dark green of the landscape. It's a fire. There's someone down there. I'm saved! I raise my eyes to the sky as relief washes over. The thick clouds disperse to unveil the moon, as if she wanted to give me her blessing. I I have never seen the moon so big. That is a big fucking moon. It shines so brightly, it illuminates the whole forest like, Oh. That is... But... No, wait a second. Whatever they did to me, whatever is going on, it's just in my head. Nothing else. No. I missed the line! Something's wrong here. Thank you very much. My heart starts pounding loudly in my ears. The tower is there, just like in my dreams. I'm standing infinitely tall right before my eyes. There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Something dark emerges from its body, dissipating into air like a thick mist. It exists. The tower is real, and it's clipping through this tree, so it's defying the laws of physics. Magnificent, isn't it? Ouch! A sharp flash of pain drills in the insides of my skull. The light of the moon becomes unbearable, and I turn away, clutching my forehead. What the hell did they do to me? Frigid sweat rolls down my spine. There's a suffocating pain in my chest. I need to find help soon. I glance back at the fire, trying not to let the massive tower on the horizon drag my attention away. There's definitely someone down there. But I don't know if my body will hold out for long enough. There's no point going back. We might as well go forward. Yeah, there's no point in going back. Because there's nothing back there. So we'll just go down to the fire. No, I'm almost there. I can't give up now. I've gotten this far, just a bit more. Just enough to reach that fire. It could be a shelter, some teenagers partying in secret, a family having a camping night. All of those sound better than turning away from the tower and taking my chances in the dark. Whatever that thing is. Whatever is happening. It has a logical explanation. Except, insert meme here, magic. And magic has no logic. With that thought in mind, I keep walking. The murmur of the wind is my single companion. At least the strange wooden lamps framing the path offer an adequate source of light. What was that? I look around, wary of any movement or sound. But after a couple of seconds of holding my breath, nothing happens. There's a strange chill in the air. And now that I pay attention, there's not a sound to be heard. A long shadow stretches up amongst the jagged trunks, disappearing behind the lower branches of the trees. There's a figure standing at its edge, remaining completely still. I can't see their face, but they're completely clad in black, their clothes tight against their skin. Their head begins to swivel from left to right, searching for something. Searching for someone. They found me. But I didn't hear them following me. No, they would have jumped me by now if they had noticed me. Whispers come from where the stranger lingers. A sharp ray of moonlight pierces the trees, bathing them in light. Oh, I hate that! Oh, I hate that! Oh, look at that gorgeous beauty with the hands and the gore and the skin and the... I don't like that. What the hell is that? I grip the handle of my knife with all my strength, taking a step back. The hairs on my arm stand on end as I take in the vicious, putrid flesh of the creature before me. Skin sizzles and the light brushes its arms, long and knotted together like rotten chunks of meat. One sprouts after another from a pool of mangled bodies, keeping it standing. Don't call my name like that. You don't know me. I don't know you. My name is Inigo Montoya. I am not this person you speak. I am looking for my father, so prepare to fuck off. I slam my hand over my mouth to stifle a whimper. A familiar metallic stench reaches my nostrils, and I press my lips together in a poor attempt to keep the blood on my hand from seeping into my mouth. A retch turns my stomach upside down. This is a nightmare. This can only be a nightmare! The creature doesn't move. Its elongated head keeps pivoting from one side and the other like a watchtower. Hide, 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 hide! Stupid! Don't hide! It hasn't seen me yet, or so I hope. How does? Why is it saying my name? Throwing a panicked glance over my shoulder, I make up my mind. As silently as I can manage, I delve deeper into the woods, opposite of the creature. I walk until I can't see the road any longer, careful not to step on any dry patches of grass or fallen leaves. Why are you gonna pee in my corner, man? You could just use the toilet like a normal person. I have a bathroom. Use that. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for stopping by. It's dark. It also smells of werewolf piss now. Fog is starting to rise, wrapping me in a frostbitten embrace, and I can barely see beyond the tips of my toes. Bloody hands still over my mouth, I slowly crouch behind a tree and wait. I don't know what I should do. What if it doesn't want to leave? What if it comes this way? And it's out there. I feel it. If I ignore the deafening sound of my heartbeat, I swear I can hear its heavy steps behind me. Please don't find me. Please don't find me. I wait in silence, not daring to even breathe. Time stretches until I lose track of it, until I perceive nothing but the wailing of the wind, the anxious throbbing of my taut muscles. Every time I think of standing up and looking back, I stop myself just a minute longer. I can't stay here forever. I should keep walking, ahead, anywhere I can reach. I clumsily bring myself to my feet, using the tree for leverage. Peeling my hand off of my face, I take a shallow breath, one that smells of iron and dirt. Pain rattles my skull as I'm shoved back against the tree, rough fingers press against my lips, shutting them closed. A pair of hollow eyes bore into mine. I latch onto the arm keeping me hostage, yanking at the fabric covering it.
If you want to live, do not move.
Then, unblinking pupils pin me where I stand, my chest heaves with ragged breaths, and the fingers digging into my jaw tighten painfully in silent punishment. They push me back against the tree with more force, the jagged edges of the bark bite into my skin. As this unfamiliar face draws closer to mine, closer until I can feel their breath merging with mine. I swear my skull is going to crack in half like an egg. There's a monster out there. Shut the fuck up and just let him do his thing. Terror takes over. Sunken eyes, my guts churn. It feels as if they're diving into me, deep into me, searching for something. I take one last rest in my nose before I completely still. My hands, clawing at his arm a second ago, just hold on to him for dear life. I look into their eyes, begging to just push harder against my mouth. Something moves behind them, and a pitiful sound echoes from my chest.
Shh, quiet.
I'm trying. Shut the fuck up! My gaze flickers to the left, but the stranger tilts my head back in place, forcing me to lock gazes with them. They don't move. If it weren't for the pulse I can feel in their fingers, I would swear there's no heartbeat past his ribcage. The treacherous claws of curiosity tickle my spine, beckoning me to look over their shoulder, but I resist the urge. Instead, I just stare deeply into the haunting pools of vicious green in front of me. Anyway, the chill of the night filters through my clothes, biting into my sweat-coat skin. My heart beats so achingly loud, I'm afraid it will give away our position. But just as fast as it began, it ends. The stranger releases me, taking away all the strength that was keeping me upright. I manage to kneel forward, fighting the acid climbing into my throat. A retch rattles my chest, but I swallow down whatever might be trying to emerge. My forceful savior looks around in grim silence. When they notice my gaze, they tilt their head askew, as if wondering whether I have something to say. You're not as obtuse as you look. Maybe you do have a chance after all. Their words are hushed, not meant for my ears, but aimed at me nonetheless. Then he starts walking away without so much as a warning. Wait! They don't stop. I don't have— I don't have time to think as I bring myself to my feet, running after them. Thank you! Hey, wait! I wrap my hand around their arm to stop them.
Do not touch me.
You touch me first! Fuck off! He brushes me away, creating some distance between us. I'm left bruised, breathless, and confused, gawking at their retreating back as I scramble to follow them. We made it past the we made it back to the path somehow. The moonlight traces the silver edges of his attire, and recognition tickles my brain. You. Are you one of them? What? Your cloak. What about it? The eye in their chest, that obscured face. This can't be a coincidence. Take your hood off. They stare at me. From this distance I can't see their eyes, but I feel them piercing me with cold defiance. Please. You know, in exchange for almost like ripping my jaw out of my skull with how tight you were holding my mouth. After a tense moment of silence, he sighs. Their hands move slowly to the edges of the hood, peeling it off their head. His skin is so pale, I can clearly see the bluish veins running under his cheeks. His eyes, green, too bright to be natural, draw a line from the top of my head to the tip of my toes, but his expression doesn't deviate from utter disinterest. A foolish wave of relief washes over me. It's not them. It's not the seer. Satisfied. They walk away, not waiting for an answer. Whoever this is, they don't look surprised to see me. I'm covered in mud, one arm dripping with blood, and they haven't so much as batted an eyelid. There's no way someone like them has found me here, in the middle of nowhere by pure chance. I stumble after them without a second thought, bringing a hand to my still burning chest. Wait! You know something, don't you? They don't slow down whatsoever. If anything, I swear they're speeding up to try and leave me behind. Wait, can you walk slower, please? No, keep up. I instinctively look back at the tower, now becoming thinner on the horizon as we start climbing down the hill. Where are we? Somewhere you should not be. That's pretty obvious. Are we far away from Faeborn? Do you know where that is?
We are immeasurably far from your home.
You know, me, Michaela, kind of figured that out with the, you know, the floating magic tower in the background of the moon being way too close that I could almost kiss it. Their firm, hasty steps carry them down the hill with the confidence of someone who knows where they're going, and I don't know what to do or say. Reason is starting to abandon me, slowly but surely, and my vision is already blurring at the edges. Someone did something to me. I've probably lost some blood, and I think I'm delirious. I catch a flicker of their eyes as they glance at my bloody hand. You'll survive. Their indifferent snort makes me stop completely. You almost remind me of some, half-dragon, half-incubus motherfucker that a lot of people really want to ride handlebars with. When they notice I'm not following, they look at me over the shoulder, arms crossed in clear annoyance. What are you stopping for? I see it now. The disgust in his gaze as he looks at me, the impatient tapping of his foot, both as if I were nothing but a nuisance they're forced to take care of. This person doesn't feel any sympathy for me, and his intentions are as much of a mystery as he is. I stop myself from looking back as the thought of running away crosses my mind. Maybe if I use all my strength left in me to reach the campfire, I have a chance to... do it. I will not go after you. If you want to leave, leave. I do not care. Then why the hell did you help me? The words leave my mouth before I can think them through. The step they were about to take halt suddenly, as if my question had physically manifested in front of them to block their way. Do not be mistaken. If I saved you, know I have my reasons. And those are... He lifts his gaze to the sky. The storm is growing closer, the distant thunder now raging somewhere nearby. Let us hurry. It won't be long before they find our trail. What? No response again. I speed up as much as my sore muscles allow me until I'm walking right next to them, and they take a pointed step to the side to distance themselves from me. What do you mean? That thing? Are you talking about that? Yes. You saw it? Yes. So I wasn't hallucinating? No. Okay. So, what is it? A dude in a costume trying to scare the kids around town?
Huh.
Do you see anything similar to a town around? Oh yeah, we have stupid NC syndrome! Let's go! Then, what is it? Why did it know my name? Circles, can you just be quiet for a second? For someone who complains about their state, you surely have plenty of energy to flap that tongue of yours. If you answered my questions, I'd have a reason to shut up! They growl in response, throwing their hands in the air. Something I would do, too, if my muscles didn't feel like they were about to shatter into a million pieces. All your questions will be answered when we get to safety. Now, unless you wish to know what it feels like to have your head separated from your body, shut up and keep walking. A shudder rolls down my spine as I risk a glance back over my shoulder. Alright, get to safety. That sounds good. At least tell me your name. No. Why not? It's not important. It is to me. They mutter something under their breath. I don't have to hear it to know it's nothing close to a compliment. If you were just a little more compliant, then I wouldn't be...
Envy.
Huh?
If you have to address me, which I hope doesn't happen too frequently, that is what you will call me.
Is that like an artistic name or something? Over the hushed sounds of the night, I catch the hitch of his breath. No. All right. Nice to meet you, I guess. I'm Mika. I did not ask. I'm left behind again as they pick up speed. And this time I don't try to catch up. This is the end of the conversation and any further exchange we could have. We continue to climb down the hill in silence, with me trailing a few feet behind him. The wind starts to blow more harshly, stinging my skin, and I hug myself to preserve the feeble warmth left within me. Every step takes immense effort, and I refuse to stop. I know they're not going to help me to my feet if I were to fall down. Do not dawdle. We are not out of danger yet. How long do we have to walk, motherfucker? Their words jumble together in my brain. I only make out not out of danger, and that alone is enough for me to grit my teeth and keep moving forward. I'm trying. Not hard enough, it seems. Nope. Shut your fucking mouth. This motherfucker don't like you. You don't like him. Shut up. Just stop with that, you asshole. If I were you, I would be more careful with what you say. Whether you survive or not is up to me. I want to scream, to kick, and punch, but I barely have the energy to control my breathing. I'm surprised I've made it this far, honestly. As if you give a fuck. There are many things you could have already done if you really wanted to help me, but you haven't. I know you're plotting something. I may be walking right into trouble, but I have to cling to the only glimmer of hope I can find. If this person is all bark and no bite, I may have a chance to get out of this. If the worst were to come, I was probably dead anyway. You know nothing. And it is better. Why are you frowning now? I miscalculate and step on a jagged rock without enough strength to right myself. One moment I'm walking, and the next everything is spinning out of control around me.
I told you not to touch me.
Ah! Their voice is so close, yet it fades as the wind, like a distant mumble. You're blushing. I caught you blushing, motherfucker. Their shoulder pushes back against mine, but my body refuses to straighten, bending over itself. You blushing. You like it. You like that I bite back. You like that I have a little bit of an attitude. You like it. You can't hide that from me. Then just let me fall, idiot. You are the idiot. But you're a doofus. They say nothing else. Or perhaps I'm too dizzy to hear his complaints. My neck can't properly support the weight of my head any longer, and I feel it bobbing to the side, bumping against their side. I really should have left you behind. And yet when he says it, there's no apprehension in his voice. There's only the evenness of a matter-of-fact remark, the nonchalance of something obvious. And once again, I'm left wondering why they saved me in the first place. The fuck you, I don't like you kind of relationship. Maybe if you didn't talk so much, you would have more energy to continue. Hesitantly, their hand cups my shoulder, easily supporting my weight. My feet shuffle unsteadily, missing up the first few steps I try to take. No other words leave their lips as they carry me through the forest. As much as I try to walk on my own, I end up leaning against them more than I would like to admit. I don't feel any better, but by the time we reach what looks like the bottom of the hill, I'm at least breathing properly. Fog is starting to rise once more, coiling around the trunks and the rocks framing the path. We stop. The hand toward around my shoulder stiffens, and I look at its owner, catching them furrowing their brow. Someone's coming. My breath gets stuck midway as I remember that thing from before. Behind me. I look at them as they step away, and I have to bend over not to lose my balance and fall flat on the ground. What? They lift a finger to the lips, and I clamp my mouth shut. The knife is still in my hands, its presence as reassuring as it can be. I throw several glances at them, waiting for the signal to run or prepare as their arm stretches in front of me. Hide behind him, stupid! He said behind him! However, when the tight buzzing in the air seems to reach its peak, envy just deflates with a tiny sigh. Amon. Vivi! Hello. New character. With an ear cuff. I approve. Slightly salt and, I'm gonna say paprika hair? Instead of salt and pepper hair, it's like salt and paprika hair. I like it. Love the golds and the reds. We kind of match. We kind of have a little matchy-matchy thing going on. Gold eye? Okay, I approve. I don't know you, though. Hello. Fuck! I jump away with a scream, crashing right into my nerve-wracked savior. My elbow collides quite spectacularly with her chin with a loud crack when they try to stop me from throwing us both to the ground. How does that— hold on, wait. Realistically, how does that happen? I jump away with— if I'm behind him— am I behind him? Hold on. That needs a little more— Ryder! This needs a little more definition. What happened here? What happened? I jump away with a scream. If I'm jumping away, I'm assuming it's away from Amon. But if I'm behind Envy, how am I jumping— how am I hitting him? My elbow— how? If I jump away from Amon and if I'm behind Envy, I jump away from both. Hold. Also, did Amon— no, because if Envy saw him from in front, then they're in front. So if I jump away— explain! There we go. That's my note. Explain. Explain, please. But I'm going to assume, Ryder, we spin around and do a dance and big elbow hit. Out! Watch it out, idiot! Don't call me idiot! A man pops out from the fog, heedless of our reaction. With each step he takes towards us, I find myself craning my neck back further until it stretched to its limit. He's wearing a weird, flashy tunic, and I avert my gaze when I see the generous cut in the middle showcasing everything from his neck to his navel.
Vivi! Damn it, I was starting to get worried.
Interesting voice. An interesting acting choice. Okay.
Don't call me that, you moron!
Well,
Vivi!
Don't call me that, you moron!
right at the bottom, sprite artist, at the bottom there, you can see the cut of the bottom when they do a jump.
Don't call me that, you moron!
What I would suggest, either lower the sprite just like maybe like a couple of inches more so that bounce does not like have them all of a sudden Envy has no legs. So, you know, just a little note there.
Huh.
What's with that now? Just don't call me Vivi. Vivi? Oh, Envy. Vivi. I get it.
Oh, I was worried sick about you. And this is how you'll repay me?
Okay, hold on. Wait, stop. Back. Rewind. Is he trying to, like, have, like, a Doug Dimmadome southern voice attached to a pirate character? Hold on. This is... brain my. Don't know if I like it. Yeah, the accent keeps changing, and I'm just like... actor! Make a choice. Stick with it. I never asked for you to worry about me.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to ask, silly. That's my job.
Huh.
Circles keep me.
Hey, you two look comfy.
Envy turns to eye me at the same time I do. Our limbs are still awkwardly tangled together, somehow creating a weird balance that keeps us from collapsing in a heap. Hey! Whoops. Envy shoves me away from them. Luckily, Anon catches me with an ease that borders on comedy, holding me up with a hand curled tightly around my arm.
Now. We don't treat our guests like that, Vivi.
Envy covers their face with both hands, growling loudly against his palms. I love it. Your name is Vivi? No!
Use that name again and it'll be the last thing you do.
Hard to take them seriously when they look like that, but oh well. Cute, right? As I look intermittently between them, I decide I don't know which one of them I trust the least. You alright? My mouth opens to speak, but the sight of the man approaching me steals any coherent words I could offer. It's not that he's taller than average. No, he's the tallest person I've ever encountered in my life. He's huge. Massive. No. I'm not choosing my favorite right now. I want to meet everyone first before I pick a favorite. Hold on. I like tall men. I like the aesthetic here. I like all of this. Don't. You're bidding way too quickly, my friend. You're bidding way too quickly. A smirk ticks the corner of his lip upwards, squeezing the eye patch he's wearing over his left eye against his brow bone.
I may have to charge you if you look at me like that for too long.
No. No. And that makes up for it. That kind of pushed me back. Like, okay. That line pushed me back a little bit. My brain short circuits. Unsure of how to handle the situation at all, I raise my bleeding hand and wave it about. No, I'm not alright. Your friend here has been dragging me around the forest for a good while now. As if. I have not once forced you to come with me. Isn't this just you when you stare at Brian? Listen, he's not that much taller than me. Oh, thank you for the basic decency. Did you not even deserve that? You two are getting along just fine, ain't you? No! I bring my not stabbed hand to my forehead and massage my temples. This could not go any worse. When I raise my head again, Amon is scrutinizing me with an arched eyebrow. What? He dusts off my shoulders, but as kind as the gesture is, the slightly disgusted face he makes as his fingers rake through the mud clinging to my clothes betrays how terrible I must look. Ah, so you're a neat freak. So you definitely don't like being out here, but you're out here anyway, because you have to be. Okay, I get you now.
Oh.
Damn, you look like— Don't call me Bunny! I will punch you. I will punch you with the teeth. You look like crap, Bunny. Thanks? Wait, what did you— The name's Amon, by the way. I'm Vivi's big bro. He draws Envy closer by the shoulders with a huge grin, gluing him to his side. Unfortunately. You two are siblings? So, what happened? I thought it wouldn't take you long. Envy scurries away from his brother's grasp. Then again, I'm non-existent. Michaela dislikes Bunny as a nickname. I don't dislike it! Other way around! Yeah, they're family, alright. The ignoring people actively talking to me trait must run in their genes. The Voidbound found her first. I managed to lure them away, but they must have picked up on our trail by now.
No.
That's no good. The what? Let's get going then. I already sent word to the spire of what's going on. Wait! Let's just... Let me stop you right there. This is going too fast. I'm having trouble catching up. Though, Mika, you probably should follow them. You don't want to be out here around creatures that want to actively kill you. What the hell are you talking about? Nothing of your concern. You will keep doing as I say. Bitch, you are not my master. Shut the fuck up and learn your place. What? No. Their eyes narrow on me. No. No! I think I have already played along long enough. I deserve an explanation, at the very least. Also, we're still bleeding. Like, we're actively bleeding out. Hello. Our gazes clash. I take a preemptive step back as I try to curl my hand tightly around the knife. I suddenly realize, hey, it's no longer there. Did I drop it? I cast a glance around the area, but I don't see any signs of the rudimentary blade I've been calling my companion for a while now. Are you looking for this? With a twirl of their wrists, they produce my knife from their cloak. There's no trace of blood or mud that were glued to the blade only minutes ago. I grit my teeth, a single drop of cold sweat tracing down my spine. Good. Remember the position you were in. The cloak swallows both his arm and the knife as he drapes it over himself again. Their expression betrays neither their emotions or intention. I will tell you what will happen next. You will keep following my instructions until we are out of here. That is the only thing you should think of. I'm not moving until you tell me what's going on. Mika, I adore a headstrong MC. Get out of the forest first! We are currently in a forest with really creepy monsters. Even if he's in the wrong here, he is better than the monsters. We can at least make him blush. We have the advantage. We have the home advantage. Follow him out, then kick him in the dick. His unreadable facade cracks at the edges. Don't you understand that you are no position to bargain? Stop saying that! What do you want from me? You are clearly not here to help me, so... I very much told you so. I don't want to leave. I don't like these two choices. I don't want to leave. I want to just shut up and follow. Because at this point, there is no... This is a brick wall situation, and the MC needs to realize that this is a brick wall situation. Yeah, leaving is just completely like, MC, you do realize there's monsters out there. And please, if you have a heart, it's literally just talking to a brick wall and making the situation even more annoying than it needs to be. Third option, shut up and follow. Because we're already, at this point, getting out of this forest. I'm not leaving, so I'll do the other. Please, if you have a heart, just help me. I can't take it anymore. The doubt, the fear, the pain, the haze clouding my mind. Envy snorts. Next to them, Amon places a hand on their shoulder, and the other gently holds my arm. Come on. Being in a rush doesn't mean we can't be a bit nicer. We do not have time for that. Let's try to. There's still a frustrated pinch in Envy's brow, but it's enough to reignite the hope in my chest. Fine. We will explain, but only while we move. We cannot stay put any longer. That is as much as I'm willing to offer. Thank you. And maybe with perhaps a slight less amount of dickishness. The middle ground. More or less. The tension that had been building in my shoulders dispels with a sigh. Okay. Thank you. They click their tongue at me before marching away. Amon's fingers tap my arm, and he offers me an encouraging smile. We both follow Envy as he makes his way through the fizzy fog. I try to fall in step next to them, but just like before, they do their best to outpace me. So, your explanation? You are in Limbo, the realm between. A place that should, per the laws of existence, be out of reach to you. No one has ever crossed the border, from this side or the other. At least that we know. That was a weird kind of jump in there. Hold on. Weird jump in here from the transition-wise. What you probably want to do, if you're using Renpai, put them in the same line. So, basically... Oh, actually, no. What you want to do is show... Okay, so... What you want to do is scene, BG, the tarot room. Then underneath it, show, seer, emotion. Then your transition. So that way they both appear at the same time. So that way it's just... It's easy, just kind of like... Just get it, not like having this little blip. So... The one between. And the realm between. No, that was just a farce. I don't think I'm following. Of course. Think about it as the ocean. You can see the surface, but the depths are dark. But until you submerge, you cannot know what lies beneath. Or even if you can make it there. Their eyes pointedly land on me. Which brings up some further questions. Why did you make the dive in the first place, for example? I didn't dive into anything. I was... Save your explanations. If you survive, you'll have plenty of time to give them. Can you stop with the if you survive thing? Someone would believe you're waiting for me to drop dead any minute now. They pause, and their gaze lifts to my face. Our eyes meet. Then he turns away without a word. See, not confirming, but not denying. Either. Great. So, am I... dead? No, of course not. You're not that dim, are you? You must have had some suspicions about the nature of this place. Try to fight it as you will, but the truth is the truth, and I'm being kind enough to show it to you. This looks pretty normal to me, the forest, I mean, and stop lying to yourself, it's pathetic. I'm not! Well, maybe I am, but it's hard to believe in this stuff. Maybe believe is not the word. Digest? I feel like I'm going crazy. As if the universe ever cared about one's beliefs. Worry not, this should clear any reservations you may have. Amon, if you please. Amon's been walking a few feet behind us. With Envy's acknowledgement, he brightly He smiles brightly and picks up the pace, brushing a hand on his sibling's back. See, we all can get along if we put in some effort. Savior commentary. Amon turns to face me, bringing his eye forward before it can roll all the way back. Offering me another smile as a peacemaking gesture, he places a hand on my upper back, beckoning me forward. Now, little bunny, comes. I'm gonna kick you in the teeth. I'm gonna kick you in the teeth. If there's something that can make you believe us, it's this right here. Fine, but stop calling me that. Animation suggestion? Animation suggestion? Stop calling me... Fade out. Have Amon not be in the scene until after the click of this. That way we can see this background. If Amon is behind the MC and pushing them forward, they'll see this, and then Amon can make an appearance to speak on his line, whenever the next line is. Or maybe just not have him in there at the beginning. Behind him, a lonely castle sits on top of a mountain, floating over the pearlescent fog. Light shines from within its walls, bathing the interior with a shimmering glow. A slim tower pierces through the dark shrouds, but this one doesn't feed the darkness around it. Instead, it keeps the storm at bay with a golden beam of light. It is a lighthouse, a beacon of hope in the middle of a sea of black clouds. 1,000 pinnacles emerge from some nebulous distance. It's hauntingly familiar, but much as I try to pull the memories to the forefront of my mind, I can't. There are none left to find. I know I've never seen this before, but I have. Little bunny, welcome to Limbo, our pleasant home. The realm within the great void, house of the blessed ones. That is not exact.
Huh.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just a slogan. Tourists love it. We don't have tourists, idiot. They would love it if we had them. Their voices become fleeting mumbles. I stare up where the golden light disappears high in the sky. And then I know with absolute clarity that they are telling the truth. Envy was right. I'm immeasurably far away from him. I'm glad you now realize this. Ah! Ah! I fall to my knees, gripping my head as a wave of mind-numbing pain claws through my temples. Someone screams in the back of my mind, clawing at the walls of my consciousness, tearing them apart. Do not go. My wanderer. My wanderer! Don't go! Hey, are you alright? Behind my closed eyelids, flashes of red and black stain my vision, running in mocking circles. It's the tower's influence. It's trying to take over. I'm back to... let them take what? Let them... hold on. Let them... what to do, to let them know what to do. Something rough closes around my cheeks, holding my head firm. Fingers dig around my eyeballs, peeling my eyelids apart to force them open. Mika. Look at me. I can't, the pain, the voices. You have to fight. You have to fight it, expel it from your mind. Or it will claim you. My mouth opens, only babbles make it out as... I somehow was able to read that. That's great. My mouth opens, only babbles make it out as foam gathers at the back of my throat and slides down to my lungs. Damn it all. Fire pierces my hand and climbs up my shoulder. The squelch of blood steals my senses as envy sinks their nails into my wound, prodding and tugging at the flesh. Lightning surges through my veins, yanking my arm out of their reach. I have no time to react. His unforgiving touch finds my arms next, shaking me back and forth. Is it you? Mika! I seal my mouth shut to avoid puking all over them. The voices have stopped, replaced by the all-consuming pain. I'm making my arms spasm. Yes! Good. Stand up. Tears blur the corners of my eyes as they haul me to my feet. We're almost there. We'll cross the bridge and then we'll be over. Probably not good to have the tension music now that we're kind of clear-minded. So it kind of like faded out by this point because now there's going to be an uneasiness. Or else it's going to feel like we're still like enveloped in that little tendril void. So this background that you're hearing just kind of faded out to where there's an unsettled silence. Because obviously, like, we just went through some shit. So. I whined through gritted teeth. My feet can't hold my weight any longer. This is it. Summon a rift! Everything is slowly being plunged into thick darkness. I can barely make out Amon's silhouette as he runs towards us. Behind him, the forest wails and shudders. Long broken fingers stretch from the depths of the shadows to grab him. What? But I... That's an order! With a click of their tongue, he takes off his cloak, throwing it away to be carried by the wind. Oh, hi, full outfit. Hello, good morning. Nice full outfit. Light engulfs me. Envy's hand on my arm tightens as his fingers are pressed against the bone. The air in front of us shakes violently, colors breaking into shapes and static noise. Envy's fingers turn black, yanking at the landscape like a blanket, tearing it apart and revealing another flash of light that makes me wince. Electricity cuts through the air. Jolts of it run up my skin, forcing a hiss out of me. That hurts! A long hallway suddenly stands before me, but the mountains are still here all around us. Envy sticks legs into it. White ripples swallow him up to the knees, distorting its shape. The choking pressure around my arm disappears as they let go. They look back at me, eyes narrow as he tentatively extends a hand my way. Oh! We get a CG! How nice! Look at that. That's so freaky. Good boy. Interesting boy. They then? Interesting elf. The other is cradled against their chest, twitching and shaking. Their fingers have stretched into ink-stained claws. Come. Take me out to dinner first. His face is neutral, depraved of the aggression I'd seen constantly since they appeared. There is no time. I'm frozen on the spot, transfixed by the hallway, breaking the sky apart. Just grab his hand! The right side of his body is gone, cut by white, quivering line. He shakes his hand in front of me, urging me to take it.
You have to choose. Come with me and live, or stay here and die.
My tongue is dry in my mouth, thick and dense. I stop thinking and force myself to act. I slowly place my fingers on top of theirs, their freezing skin curling around mine.
Do not let go.
Their eyes are fixed on mine as they slide again inside the hallway. I watch as his body disappears inch by inch, until only his hand gripping mine is left. He tugs lightly. Another hand clasps my shoulder, squeezing it reassuringly from behind. Come on. I nod, staring at the agitated surface in front of me. The hallway is there, wavering as if it were underwater. I let Envy pull me through, following them with wobbly steps. Our hands disappear. The light licks its way up my skin until it swallows my elbow like a hungry beast. I try to keep my eyes open when my head finally crosses the threshold, but the light is so searing I'm forced to close them. That was quick. That was quick. Maybe like a little longer. My eyes only flutter open when the pressure of Amon's palm on my shoulders disappears. Sounds of the forest are replaced by the gentle crackling of fire and the distant sound of a piano. I shudder and sigh in relief as the warmth of the room envelops me. Oh, the pressure clamped around my head ebbs away, taking the last remnants of the murmurs with it. That was too close for comfort. You bet. I've never seen so many of those fuckers together. As my senses clear, I start to take in my surroundings. The walls are high, hugged by columns and those long stained glass windows I saw from afar. But we were just in the forest. Just a second ago, and now... I turn around, my nose almost bumping into Amon's chest when I do. He laughs and politely pushes himself away from me, leaving me room to breathe. Sorry! My bad! My bad. Behind him, there's nothing but the other side of the hallway. More lamplights flicker, fire laps at the stone walls, and the columns slither upward until they vanish into the darkness. You. Are the voices gone? Shifting my weight from one side to another, I realize I feel lighter on my feet. The air around me isn't oppressive anymore. breezy and familiar. If it weren't for the ringing in my left ear, I would think I imagined the horror from before. Hey, I asked you a question. What?
Huh.
They sigh deeply, dramatically so. I suppose if your stupidity is back, you must be in control again. I don't reply right away, but to be fair, I care about something else a bit more than defending myself from his jabs. Did you just stick your fingers in my wound? I flip my hand over to observe the damage. I regret it instantly. Sight turns my knees liquid. Yes, I did. To save you, I might add. My lips part to protest. They tilt their head in anticipation of it shooting me a glare. If you still feel your presence within you, I may have to do it again. Don't even joke about that. It's disgusting. I search for his other hand, the one that I know must have had traces of my blood. A gasp sticks in my throat at the close sight of his fingers, now sharp talons stiffly curled over themselves. He quickly hides his battered hand between the folds of his tunic. They look away from me, their expression flattened. A scar? Either some sort of scar or deformation. Yeah, either like a scar, deformity, a curse, or something like that. You're ashamed of it. Whatever it is, it looks painful. I have a good slice sitting right on my palm, but whatever's going on with him looks even worse. As I trace the curves of their arm with my eyes, I reach our still joined hands. His hold on me is firm, but I can feel a slight tremble in his muscles. I'm not sure they've realized they're cupping my hand with theirs. Are you okay? They blink, jaw falling slack. One would think I slapped them across the face instead of asking them an innocent question. Muppet! Let go of me, Muppet! I didn't like, nah. Maybe I should have, now that I think of it. Of course, why wouldn't I be? A different question pops in my mind in response to theirs. Why did I ask? I don't have an answer. Maybe it's just because his arm is trembling, or because I know he's hiding that hand for a reason. I don't know, your hand... They avert their eyes from me, dismissing whatever I may be thinking of saying next. The tension in his face lessens ever so slightly. It does not concern you. His reply is but a whisper, a tired mumble. Not abrasive or defensive, just matter of fact. Are you... You're blushing, you like it. You're blushing, you like me! Am I what? Nothing. Forget it. Inspire. There really is nothing inside that head of yours. Hey. Apparently you like it! You're blushing! Apparently you like it! Because of the tower could possess you so easily. You should talk louder if you want people to hear you, you know. An angry huff is the only sign that they've heard from me. They drop my hand, slipping their other arm inside the tunic. As they walk away, I swear their pace is slower than before. But it's probably just my imagination. As we did not need a transition there. Yeah, we probably did not need a transition at that point. As we walk, my eyes try to register every shape and texture of my surroundings. Every crack in the stone walls, every flicker of the candlelight at the feet of the columns. I'm calmer now. Too calm, in fact. There are a lot of questions mingling in the back of my mind, but the forefront of my thoughts is surprisingly empty and peaceful. This place has some sort of soothing effect on me. It's almost familiar. I can't tell where this leads to, but somehow I feel like I know. I should ask some. I just don't know which question should come first. So, where exactly... Ew! Huh? He breaks into a jog, leaving me behind with an envy that does its best to hide their face behind their hair. Ah, great. The master is here. Oh, hello! Hi! Peeking around Envy's shoulder, I see a man standing further ahead. Soft flicker of the candles drawing the edges of a long and lustrous cloak. He turns around with a start, worry written across his face. Hello, who are you? Come on! He strides up to us, the long cloak draped across his shoulders flaring out behind him. The candle lights by his feet waver as he picks up the speed, meeting him on halfway.
Father keeps me. Are you two all right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kinda. But that's not important. Look at this. He excitedly does jazz hands around. It's enough to catch the newcomer's attention. Hi. The color drains from his delicate face. I shuffle my feet, my arms to my sides, in a poor attempt to look better than I know I do. There's not much saving my first impression. Not that it should matter. Is this the cause of all this mess? Yes. Oh dear. Oh. In a single fluid motion, he sweeps his cloak off his shoulders to perch in one of his gloved arms. The gentleness of his gestures is replaced with a deep frown in a matter of seconds as he throws him on a pointed glare. Interesting outfit. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Amon.
Huh.
What? I expected this level of sloppiness from our sibling, but not from you. Huh? Excuse me? You allow her to be in this foul condition. Wait, I can explain.
No.
I thought you knew better than this. Gale shakes his head, not leaving room for any argument. For the first time, Amon's impermeable smile is shattered and reduced to a sour pout. I feel a bit bad for him. A bit. Hi. With only 2 steps of his fairly long legs, Gale stands in front of me, offering me a heartfelt bow of his head.
On behalf of my siblings, please, let me apologize.
I appreciate it. My mouth parts, but only a pitiful sound makes it out as our gazes lock. Behind his eyes, ripples of glimmering silk move in the color of early dawn. Pink shines from within the pool of royal purple, enthralling me completely. I can see lightning dancing around his tiny pupils as a quiet whisper caresses the back of my neck, making the hairs stand on end. It's difficult to look away.
You must be cold and terrified, among other things. I promise you will be treated with the utmost care and respect from now on.
I appreciate it. I don't register the cape falling around my shoulders until he clasps it in place, smoothing the edges with meticulous hands. The scent of lavender and detergent clashes with the scent of clinging to my body. The warmth of fabric drags a sigh out of me. My body stirs back to life at the sensation, my hands snaking out of the coat to close it around me and press its comfort and weight against my tepid skin. I can't, for the life of me, summon any strength to speak. We do not have time to lose. We don't have time to lose to play the gentleman. Gale's head snaps up to Envy in careful consideration. His eyes immediately slide to the arm they've been very insistent on hiding. You are right. You, in particular, should make haste. You two go ahead. Ray is already waiting in the spire. I'm sure our dear sister will appreciate a bit of insight about the situation at hand.
Huh.
Are we using the spire? Yes. Every precaution is too little. A particular strained beat of silence goes by. I look between them, but there's nothing I can decipher from the mix of expressions on their faces. And what are you planning to do with this? Their hand waves in my direction. This? Me? I did pick a pronoun at the beginning of the game, motherfucker! You can use that! Gale places himself slightly in front of me to protect me from Envy's rudeness. As for our esteemed guest, I'll see to it that they're in better condition before meeting our father. You can fathom what he would say, if only by my own reaction. As he says that, his long fingers rest on my shoulder. This touch is so light, I would have missed it if it wasn't for the scent of leather tickling my nostrils. You cannot be serious. Gale stands taller next to me. Everyone's tall next to me! I'm 5 foot! I glance up at him as his throat bobs down to hard swallow. Tension clear in the air. All right, we'll leave the little bunny in your hands then. The what? Amon throws his arm along Envy's slender shoulders, and Spider-Man grabs and pulls him in. No, literally, like, freeze. Get over here! Grabs Envy from across the screen, pulling them against his right side when they're about to protest. Instead, there's only a nasty choking sound and a rather ominous crack. Amon! See you in a bit. What? You cannot be— Ow! If he has them, they should leave at the same time. Amon winks at me and turns swiftly on his heels, dragging Envy with him. They both retreat deeper into the hallway, past the torches I can see waving in the distance.
They are a colorful pair, are they not?
Totally. Absolutely. Colorful is a curious way of putting it.
Please, allow me to apologize again, and not only on their behalf. Had I known the direness of your state, I would have done something to assist.
You're way too sweet, and you're quickly climbing up my list. Excuse me, that sounds incredibly self-centered. What are you hiding? Here's the thing. I'm not the queen of Atomes without a fucking reason. You're hiding something, motherfucker. You are way too kind. I've made kind motherfuckers. I made James. And he is one of the most cruelest motherfuckers if you piss him off. What are you hiding? He fidgets with the collar of his shirt. He looks like a prince in duress more than I do. And that's saying something. Don't worry. No offense taken.
Thank you. Now, come. I may not be able to do much, but it will be better than nothing.
At least take me out to dinner first. He leads me aside and coaxes me to sit down on the wall's overhanging frise. Frise? Our hands find each other naturally, and he doesn't let go of me until he's sure I'm not about to keel over. Even when I smile up at him reassuringly, his fingers hover close, ready to support me if needed. Plot twist is gonna tell he ain't hiding anything. God damn it! That's how you get one on me. You know what? That is exactly how you get one on me. If you make a nice character that has the essence of being such a badass in secret, and really there's nothing hiding, there is no plot twist, you win over me. You win over me. You have beaten my brain. Before I can even begin to thank him, he bends a knee in front of me. Hello.
May I?
Sure. Whatever you want. What? White noise takes over my already struggling brain as he earnestly looks up at me. My heart flutters to see how deep the great color of his eyes pours into me, warm and kind. Okay, great. It takes me a long couple of seconds to understand he wants to see my hand. When I try to pull my arm out of the coat, it gets tangled in the flaps as I struggle, boy. Sorry. Allow me. He reaches out, his fingers delicately peeling off the pieces of fabric and freeing my hand. He raises to my cheeks as I place my palm in front of him. Sorry. I swear I'm not usually this clumsy.
Don't say that. You're already going through a great deal.
Fantastic voice actor, by the way. A bit of clumsiness is expected, but in the least of our concerns. I wouldn't demand you remain collected in this situation. I'm still not sure what the situation is, to be honest. His fingers slowly close around the back of my hand as he inspects the wound. It takes a Herculean effort not to yank it back when his breath tickles the wet and irritated patches of skin. Yes, I should apologize about that too. However, I'm afraid I can't give you any answers. Even if I had them, it is not my right to explain. But know that our intentions are not malicious. That I can swear to. I bore my eyes into his, trying to find any cracks, and calming the fuck down. Any hints that betray his true intentions. There are none. That's reassuring. Even though there are absolute red flags and blare horns blaring in the back of my skull. If true. He holds my hand as though it were made of spun glass. Underneath the blood, the blades of grass and dirt, I can see the black ink decorating the back of my hand. He retrieves a cotton handkerchief from his pants pocket and his eyes search mine, asking for permission. I nod. I'm absorbed by the delicacy of his movements as he slowly cleans the upward from my knuckles. He purposely avoids the traces of ink, and his eyes narrow when the drawing starts to reveal itself. Do you know what it is?
No.
Not without further examination. He hesitates when faced with the entrance of the cut, covered by a layer of mud. I would like to alter it as little as possible, so if you'll excuse me. Yeah, I get it. I try not to think about the consequences of leaving a wound of this caliber untreated and full of dirt. Gale ties the cloth around my hand. There's a look of absolute concentration on his face as he does so, careful not to touch me more than necessary.
Does it hurt? Of course it does. Forgive me.
Oh no, I think I found my favorite. I think I found the route. I think I found the route. You're going to somehow absolutely break my fucking spirit, aren't you? He ties the ends of the handkerchief together with a bow too fine for the occasion, and his thumb swipes across it as if to check its security. The sensation of the leather against my skin makes me... We're only on person 3. I know we're only on person 3! I know, but he's already on the... I need to meet everyone first. I need to meet everyone first. I must meet everyone first. But this guy is already on the top of my list. And with how meticulous he is as his character... Because it's very clear that emo elf envy, tough guy with a big secret, obviously. We love that arc. We love that. Amon, he is very clean, very meticulous, and is very much the charmer. I'm getting Eric vibes and Sam vibes. With this motherfucker, I'm getting James vibes. And I'm like... Knowing Seduce Me had an influence, you are either going to break my expectation by having no plot twist, or break my spine as you bend me however you want. And I don't know which one, and it's terrifying. This is as much as I can do for now. This is a lot, if we take the rest of my day into consideration. You taught me well. Between being stabbed, kidnapped, or this, I think the choice is pretty easy. He laughs breathily at that, but there's a concerned dip in the bridge of his nose, as though he can't decide whether he should keep laughing or not. Oh well, that is a robust sense of humor. Thank you, Gail? Gail, was it?
Oh, yes. Where are my manners? It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Gael, current master of the Grand Houses.
Gael! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing it. Gael, thank you so much. As he takes a seat next to me, leaving a polite distance between us, I tilt my head to the side to get a better look. It only takes him a second to avert his gaze from me with a nervous clear of his throat. Which is a title you have no concept of, so it's not exactly relevant. I can't help but chuckle at his bashfulness. Nice to meet you, Gael. Master Gael? No need. Gael will suffice. As I mentally repeat his name, something about it just sounds off. He doesn't look like someone who should be addressed by the first name. Oh! No, okay, adult speaking here, adult 32-year-old speaking here, tell me he doesn't like the word master! Just tell me! Lie to my face, and tell me he doesn't like the word master. I'm pretty sure he might like the word master.
Huh.
Now we continue. He motions for us to stand, but waits for my reaction first. The other end of the hallway, where the other two disappeared behind us, is still as cryptic as it was before. Can we stay here a moment? I need to catch my breath a bit. Surprise much his features, but it only lasts for a blink. Yes, of course. I cannot leave you alone, however, for your safety. I hope my presence isn't too unwelcome. It's not, it's just... I'm having a hard time trusting anything or anyone. It's not just you.
Huh.
I understand. It is the wise thing to do. Mika. It rolls off his tongue softly, as if something meant to be said with care. A wonderful name, if you'll allow me to say. Oh no, this fucking line right here, and you accidentally name the main character like Dick Cheese or something like that. The beauty of being a visual novel creator when you allow characters to like be named and all that stuff, and you just name the main character like something raunchy as shit. It's just like your butt. Something. Or like Conan 77. Oh, we already had balls galore. Love that. We love that. I love that. Let's go. Yes, we have the funny names. Let's go. Oh, well, it doesn't have as much class as Master Gael, but I'll accept the compliment. Before I realize it, I'm extending my other hand for him to shake. He stares at it in a dumbfounded silence. He clasps my hand with his and I squeeze. Oh! His breath staggers in the back of his throat as he pulls back, cradling his hand to against. I'm sorry, I didn't. Oh shit! Are you like glass bone? Sorry, did I squeeze too hard? No, no. Forgive me. Forgive me. He casts his gaze lower to his slacks, stooping down to brush off a non-existent speck of dirt. That's a reaction of fear. If it was not a reaction of pain, that's a reaction of fear. Interesting. Very interesting. Did I do something wrong? Or weird for that matter? No, you did something that triggered a flight or fight response. We should continue. I hate to pressure you, but the longer we wait, the more unstable you may get. Unstable? He stands and straightens his vest, brushing his hair away from his face with a jerk of his chin. Awkwardness has found his way through his smile, but he still waits patiently for me to leave our improvised seat. I don't know what I did or said, but I would rather go back to that comfortable silence from before. I don't think he's able to tell me. He gave you the cloak willingly. Thank you for being so kind. Gael? He starts walking and I follow after. He doesn't respond. I know he heard me. If he wants to ignore me, he'll have to work harder than that. I just wanted to thank you for being so kind to... I managed to step aside before I stumbled into him. Me. Please allow me to apologize. Again. Me. I do not mean to rush you. While there are indeed pressing matters to attend to, I would not want that to be the expense of comfort. It is not my intention to stress you any further or treat you unkindly. You have been pretty kind to me, that's what I just said. What I mean to say is... Gael! His lips squeezed shut. Did you hear me? You are by far the kindest person I've talked to since I got here. No offense to your siblings, Amon is fine, I guess.
Oh, that's...
He looks away. The collar of his shirt seems to be too tight, because he keeps slipping a finger around it to loosen it.
I do not know about that. There's nothing extraordinary about my actions. Anyone would have done the same.
My feet carry me closer to him and his shoulders perk up before he can catch himself. I mean it. I can almost hear the protest in his brain is crafting, but he gives up on it with his resigned exhale. His eyes, so open before, are now clouded by something I can't quite place. You are most gracious, Mika. Don't mention it. We smile at each other. In other circumstances, maybe I would be admiring his perfectly sculpted face while I would... Maybe I would be admiring his perfectly sculpted face like I would a piece of art on a museum wall, as awkward as that would be. Not now, however. There are more important things to do, and more precisely to ask. So, what now? What happens to me next? He shifts his weight, taking a long pause before speaking next. I am not sure. We, the sovereigns, those in charge of safekeeping Limbo's realm, are arranged to meet with you shortly. We will decide how to proceed then, after a very much needed debate. The sovereigns? How many people are we talking about? You have already met Envy and Amon. I have 3 other siblings, and our father will lead the meeting. He is, the supreme authority of Limbo, you could say. That doesn't put me at ease in the slightest. Supreme authority? It doesn't sound too nice, but I guess he's only chance I have to find some answers. Who better than the person who commands the place to shed some light on all of this? And what exactly is Limbo? Our home. Just like the firstborn is yours. Is that what you call it? Firstborn? Yes. Our world came to life after yours, hence the name. Right. But that is not important right now. No, it is easier than done. Easier said than done. But do not get caught in the details. The last thing you need is for your sanity to be jeopardized. Something unusual has happened, and we want to resolve it as peacefully as possible. Both you and us. I silently agree. My head has started to spin again from that brief exchange. Yeah, Gail is giving off authority issues. Yeah, a little bit. That's why I'm just like, Here's the thing. Note the leathers that he has. It's very particular, and he's very meticulous with his detail work. That is the sign of someone who is very catered to dominance, very catered to authority. So this is very pulling the Seduce Me again, James code. So yeah. Taking a step back, he offers me his arm. The smile he flashes me next is different. Distant. Let us hurry then. Hesitantly, I curl my fingers around the crook of his elbow. He leads the way forward, and we walk along the eerie hallway once more, this time in silence. He doesn't make any attempt to strike up a conversation, and I'm not in a position to do so either. I merely count our steps as we endlessly follow the cobblestone path. The silence is surprisingly welcome, but short-lived. Something wails from within the walls. It's like a quiet mourning. The wheezing cries of the wind leaking through the cracks of every brick shaping the corridor. I can vaguely distinguish mumbled words among the noise. I look up at Gale, but he's merely staring ahead, his gaze unwavering. If he hears it too, he doesn't react whatsoever. Then my skin crawls as a slow, unnerving smile curves to his lips. He looks alien, uncanny, detached, as if he was carved from marble rather than dorn. What was a soothing presence a second ago now makes me swallow hard and loosen the grip I have on his arm. Why does he feel so different than before? Am I the one who is... We stop. A gate made of stone and wood stands before us. The archivolts go up and as far as I can see, framing a tympanum that portrays a long-haired man in the center. His hands extend to each side, fingers stretching outwards like branches embracing the scene below. Around him, several worshippers clamber up a hill, trying to reach him at the top. A pendant adorns his chest. It's some sort of eye inscribed in a bent triangle. Wait, I've seen that before. I cling eagerly to Gael's arm, and the gates open with a thundering noise, making the walls tremble. Finally looks at me, as if awakening from a long dream. It's alright. A gust of cold air hits me, coiling around my feet and filtering through the cloak. The scent of something acrid burns my nose. Acrid. Oh, that was a really, really quick transition. Probably want to take a look at that with a fade or something. The gates are now wide open. We're facing an austere seven-sided room. I'll say that. The subtle streams of light coming from the ceiling shone through floating specks of dust, and I looked down at the threshold's clean cut, keeping the cobblestone from continuing inside. As a note, visually, you may want to look into having an outline on the dialogue, maybe a 2 or 3 point outline on the text, just for easy reading, especially if you're gonna have the dialogue box be this transparent. So yeah. This way. I don't move, yanking him back with a strength I didn't know I still had. There's a chair made of stone in the middle of the room, rooted to the cracked floor. Over it hovers a shining black sphere that catches the light coming from above. An endless pit surrounds it all, and from it emerges the ominous hum of the earth far, far below. There's a balcony on the back, on the first level, framing the whole room. A coliseum made to observe the feast, on what happens down in the pits, on the mental and physical carnage of the wicked and the doomed. It's a judgment room at best, and a torture room at worst. Don't go in there. I shake my head, taking a step back. A wave of nausea pierces my chest, and I let go of Gael's arm as the thought of as though it were burning.
Are you alright? What's wrong?
I'm not going in there. Please, I know it's not the most pleasant of sights, but you must trust me. I can't do that. I'm not going in there. There is no way. No, please reconsider. There's nothing to reconsider. If someone wants to talk to me, they can do it right here. This is just standard procedure, Mika.
I promised you would be safe, did I not? Can you please believe in those words?
I want to. I want to believe someone is on my side. I don't. I see. He withdraws the hand that reached to touch me, rubbing his wrist instead. My chest rises and falls erratically as his eyes slide to the room before us. I'm terribly sorry. You leave me no choice. As I'm... Oh, hello! Magic eyes! As I'm about to speak, a chill runs from the top of my head to the tip of my toes, crushing my throat. Something pierces down my spine next, gluing me to the spot. Mika, please, get into the room. His eyes bore into me, swallowed by a haunting glow. Everything around those glimmering irises becomes dark and blurry. I feel my thoughts seeping out of my head, and then... nothing. Nothing but Master Gael. There it is! There it is. There it is. I approve. What? Take a seat. Yes, Master. I walk through the narrow corridor leading to my appointed chair. A rock slips off the bridge and falls into the void without a sound. My eyes follow a pebble till it vanishes into the darkness. There's nothing but peace and quiet around me. Nothing but the calm and fearful beat of my heart in my ears. I sit down. My back slowly meets the stone, and my hands lay on the armrests. The tepid warmth of the candles licks what little skin peeks through the master's cloak. Pardon me. The ball floating above, no. Stirs to life and regards me with a quiver. The air suddenly slices my lungs open and tears a high-pitched gasp out of me. It rises into my head in the shape of my own voice, reverberating inside my skull over and over again. The thoughts fall back inside, desperately filling the emptiness left behind. What did you do to me?
Huh?
I'm sorry. Flames bite every patch of my skin. I desperately shake the cloak off me, pushing my sleeves all the way up to my shoulders. You! He casts his eyes down where his discarded cloak lays. The cloak floats into the air, fanning my sweat-stained cheeks in the process. It flies away from me and neatly coils itself around Gael's arm. Thank you.
No.
Don't mention it. I frantically sweep my eyes across the room in realization. Amon is sitting on one of the thrones, one leg hoisted over his knee. He raises a hand in silent greeting as he catches me staring. Next to him stands Envy, not claiming any seat. The only sign of acknowledgement they give is stuffing their nose in the air. The thing on their arm. It's completely gone. Interesting! So, when you use your powers, it physically affects you.
My. That takes some courage, brother. Good work.
Interesting. There's someone else in the room. Right in front of me, a woman stands high on the balcony, hands leaned on the railing. Hello, ma'am. Ooh, robot arm.
You did well. Father's eye will now do the rest.
Her voice sinks deep into my bones. I would think her presence has sucked all the air out of the room, but I know it's simply me holding my breath. Her head tilts up ever so slightly, sizing me up thoroughly. We received the notice more than an hour ago. What were you doing? My apologies, dear Prefectus. I wanted to present our guest in better shape than we found her for our father's sake. Alas, I'm not sure I achieved. She raises a hand to her forehead, heaving a long sigh. Her right arm reflects a purplish light of the room, highlighting the many curves and crevices giving shape to an elegant prosthesis. You and your compassion again, Gael. I admire you. It does not falter even in these circumstances, does it?
Huh.
On the contrary, it should be stronger than it ever in moments like this. If you don't mind me, I will take my seat. He turns to the bow and I stare at his receding back. The paralyzing fear strangling me only heightens every step he takes. Who is he? No, what is he? He is a man with magic! What are these people? They are people with magic! I take it this is her. She's looking at me. The drum of her metallic claws on the stone echoes loud enough for me to flinch. Her crimson eyes flicker with a dull curiosity as they fall to me. I curl my hands into fists as I hold her stare. Gael's handkerchief tightens around my hand.
Uh-huh.
This is her. The woman inspects me more closely. So this little thing crosses the crystal border and lives. Quite the miracle, don't you think? My tongue darts out to ease the dry creases on my lips. There is a clear accusation behind that clipped tone of hers. And those beasts haven't torn her to shreds either, as I can see. Not a limb infected or missing. They tried to, for sure. We were lucky to be there. We'll see about that. She sighs once more with an audible tension and closes her eyes. When she opens them next, they instantly find me like a knife through the chest.
Listen up, child of the firstborn. I am Prefectus Rhea,
Rhea.
guardian of this realm and protector of this sacred chamber. I will be the one to judge you on this day.
For what? You will answer every question You will answer every question asked to you, and you will do so with honesty, lest you receive the punishment you'd be looking for. What punishment? Have I made myself clear? Yes, ma'am? I don't think I have a choice here! It's in my best interest to behave if I want to get out of here in one piece. Doesn't make it any easier to swallow what's left of my pride. Yes, ma'am. No need. You may address me as Prefectus, whether to answer or ask. Oh, so I can ask as well. Interesting. Yes, Prefectus. The corner of her lips lift in a sly smirk, lighting up her eyes with the proper glow of a satiated wolf. Shaded wolf. Good. Cooperate with me, and you shall be rewarded. Now, I'm on. What? Keep her still. We'll begin as soon as father returns. What? Wait, what? My brother will keep you restrained under this process. You must understand that the situation calls for every safety measure available. Please, Prefectus, we do not think that is necessary.
No.
She's harmless, Ray. You should know that better than us. Just look at her. Also, in moving the sprites, try using, slide instead of, move. What is it? Yeah, I believe there's a slide, option for transitions. Try that instead. That might just be a little more natural.
We do not know that. I won't make the mistake of being incautious.
I glance at the closed gates. For an instant, I imagine myself sprinting and pushing them open, but they look insanely heavy. Even if I had the strength to run up there without slipping and falling to my death, I don't know if I'd be able to push them open. If what you said is right, and this being comes from the other side, we don't know what she's capable of, and we should treat her as such. We do not know the effects her presence may have. The balance has never been so feeble, and now this happens. She can barely stand. She's weak, and this is not a game, Iman. Her intentions do not matter. She disrupts the balance merely by existing.
We should handle the situation with as much care as possible, and that means not taking any chances.
Oh.
I can see that, but she's harmless, sister. I have been alone with her, and no harm has come my way. There is no need to succumb to panic this quickly. So I should be grateful nothing has happened to you, father. To me, Gael, listen to yourself.
No.
I am merely saying we do not have to judge her as a criminal. And all I'm advocating here is for ensuring our safety. You want to play around and discover what follows? Then do so, but not in my chambers, and not in my presence. I agree with the Prefectus. We have to cast our feelings aside, and likely our morals too, if we want to get to the bottom of this.
No.
I thoroughly refuse to do that.
Ugh, children.
Pardon me? Pardon? It smells like honey. Sweet orange blossoms in spring, carried by the tepid breeze of the sunset. A rainy day spent sitting on the porch of an old house with a trusted friend. It smells like home.
I'm afraid our guest isn't feeling too well. We should calm down and lower our voices, yes?
Hello? The golden light ushers the room's shadows away. It bathes my skin, laying down soothing kisses, and I find myself sighing at the sensation. A man dressed in white emerges next to Rhea, pushing her away gently with one hand. He stands in the middle of the balcony, watching on with eyes of liquid sunlight that pour right into me. His fingers draw an arc in the air that leaves behind a trail of stardust. Oh dear. Oh dear. Interesting.
It is quite cold in this room. My apologies.
So Gael and whoever this man is, oh lord. The air around me warms up, embracing me with loving arms. The sweetness in the air expands, engulfing me, and I tilt my head back and slowly the terrifying knot in my stomach loosens, deftly unpicked by tendrils of light. That is better, yes? I nod. The tingle in my belly urges me to look away from him, to avert my eyes from the unparalleled magnificence that he is, battling the feral need to just drown in the sight of him. And it clicks. He is the man on the hill. He is the god carved on top of those gates. Fear not, my guest. It is an honor, as a father of this realm, to welcome you to my home. You must understand the apprehensions of my children. They mean no harm, and neither do I. Okay, listen. If Gael does not match my freak, I may have to make his daddy. I may have to be his mother. I may have to swing for the daddy. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh lord, that came out of my mouth. Oh lord. Oh god. That came out of my mouth. Okay, great. A hand lifts and strokes my chin, warm and light, invisible to the eye. Touch pulls at a string I didn't know was attached to my chest, slowly untangling. Every fear and worry dissolves by his hand, freeing me. What a magnificent creature, don't you think, my children? No one is looking at me, no one but him.
I am the father, pride of Limbo. You may think of me as the creator of all that you see before your eyes.
Is there a missus in the picture? Is there a mom in the picture? Can I be the mom in the picture? I'm sorry. I need to stop! These are my beloved children. I ask that you be kind, thinking of them. Taking a step forward, Rhea clears her throat. The hand brushing my jaw shies away, leaving no trace behind.
Father, please excuse our behavior.
No need. Losing our manners is bound to happen in the light of such an unusual event. It speaks of your noble heart and of your honorable intentions. Once more, I am proud of you. I am only sorry that I could not be here with you sooner, my children. The room is enveloped by tight silence as everyone settles into their seats without uttering a word. The lump in my throat, albeit less painful than a moment ago, still prevents me from doing more than swallowing. I should speak. Maybe I shouldn't. The best I can do is try to plead my case, but I have to be careful. But I speak? Their eyes bore into me. I try not to shrink under them. I look to the prefectess for permission, but she averts her gaze. There's a higher authority in the room right now. If you could wait, my beloved guest, I would appreciate it. There are 2 of my children left for you to meet. With all due respect, Father, I would advise to proceed with the judgment without them. This is much too dangerous for a matter to involve them. Ah, yes. I understand your concern, but I am afraid they're already here. Right on cue, there's a loud knocking from the other side of the gates. A breeze of laughter slips past Father's lips, and his hand sweeps up through the air at the very moment the doors begin to part. Oh! Oh, hello! A bright-haired woman cheerfully waltzes in, dangerously close to the edge of the bridge. She bounces on her toes, adjusting her hold around the knees of a young man. Wait. She bounces on her toes, adjusting her hold around the knees of a young man whose grip around her neck tightens as she teeters. Hold on, explain that one to me. Hold on. She bounces on her toes. Hold on. Adjusting her hold around the knees of a young man whose grip around her neck tightens. Oh, he's on her shoulders! Okay, cool. So, Lady Strong. Okay, cool. I'm just like, wait, hold. Imagining. Okay, cool. Great.
Ara, put me down! My stomach's still...
Oh!
You said you were too tired to walk, right?
That doesn't mean you can...
At least walk straight!
Sucks to be you. It's your fault we're late. So, deal with it.
I didn't want to come in the first place, and you don't have to... Just put me down!
He brings a hand to his mouth as a very audible retch reaches my ears, urging a similar reaction from me. If she slips, both of them will fall to their inevitable deaths. And we found the Matthew! And perhaps the Suzu? Ooh? Perhaps the Suzu? Rhea is definitely Diana energy. Then this magnificent person here, in the pink hair, radiates Suzu energy. I instinctively glue myself to my seat. The edges of the backrest jab my spine. My loveliest. You shouldn't run through the hallways. You might slip on the wax. It's fine. Sorry for the delay, Dad. No need, my dear. But do put poor Jal down. Jal? Down.
Ugh.
I don't know. I think he deserves a bit more punishment. Let's save that for tea time. For now, we should take our seats. Yep. Sorry. Mike needs a little cleaning, but okay. Acting's great, just Mike needs a little cleaning. You see, someone had to go to the bathroom and couldn't wait. Oh, I could projectile vomit all over the place if you want me to. Let's also save that for later. I doubt our guests would appreciate that.
Huh?
Right, our guest! She puts the boy down with little delicacy, almost throwing him into the air.
Oh.
Sweet circles. It's true? Is it true then?
Indeed.
Yes, my dear. Your siblings just escorted her here.
The Wanderer of Worlds? I really thought you were messing with me.
Definitely check that mic. There's definitely a lot of tin. What I would suggest for the actress, if you are taking notes for the actress, get closer to the mic, lower the sensitivity, find a comforter and throw it over her head. That way there's no echo in the room, and the only echo would be based around, like, if she had, like, a hard desk underneath her. Just to kind of reduce the amount of tin. So basically, essentially make it like a little pillow fort with a comforter around her and the mic. So yeah. It's not your damn Wanderer, Ara. Stop believing in that kind of stuff. I mean, I've been called a Wanderer. I am the Wanderer. I'm the Wanderer. All around. Sorry.
Ugh.
I'm not saying she is, but how many people have claimed to see the Wanderer lately, huh? And how do you explain this? This is proof it's real. Sure, proof. See, this is your fault for paying attention to those weirdos. And speaking of paying, there's no trace of the dizziness he had a second ago as he extends a greedy hand to her.
Pay, Daisy.
She falls silent. For a moment, it's like I'm looking at a statue.
Huh?
Come on! I would have bet on it if I had known—
Oh, boo-hoo. Pay.
She growls, throwing her arms into the air before jabbing a hand into the purse around her waist. I hear the familiar clinking of coins as she slams them into his open palm. Hey, we said 30.
Ugh.
I'm not paying you 30. You are paying 30.
In fact, you said 30, plus fixing the compost machine yourself for a month, and cooking sweet leaf tarts for me the whole week.
Joel! No, don't fight. Let us sort this out together later, yes? Fine. But you still owe me 20. Didn't you say 30? They make their way to the balconies, each step louder than before even as they drift away. I watch as they continue their casual chat, throwing glances at me all the while. When the girl notices me staring, she waves at me. I avert my eyes. I need to get out of here now. The doors are still open, and I feel reasonably better. I know that's not me, but the hold this place with man in gold has on me. Maybe I can take advantage of it. Nope, you sit your happy ass there and you let shit happen because guess what? You run, you're in trouble. I can sprint to the door, get to the hallway, and if I'm lucky enough, maybe lose them to the corridors if they give chase. They have magic! Dude, one just used magic to sit your happy ass in the chair. You ain't escaping this bitch. There's no time for second guessing. Huh? I try to hoist my body up with my hands, but I'm pushed down again the moment my rear leaves the chair. I told you, Amon. Oh dear. I ask that you remain seated, my guest. My fingers spasm as I command them to move. Every mechanism in my body halts. A fist pulls back at the reins of my muscles, yanking me back against the stone. All the blood rushes to my head, the only thing that's still mine. It's useless. I can barely blink and breathe, and maybe I should be grateful for that. It takes me a long time to move my eyes to meet Amon's. His left hand is facing down, pointed vaguely at me. He's the one doing this to me, isn't he? But how is this? Magic!
Indeed.
Splendid. We can begin. The 6 thrones are occupied. Father stands on the balcony, hands joined before his chest. I'm about to be judged. For what? I don't know. It is known. Today, a human has crossed the border between our realm and the Firstborn. This is proof. This isn't real. There's no way any of this is real. Now, I will hear about the recent events from my eldest, Lord Amon. Amon's mouth opens and his eyes make a beeline to Envy, who is staring stoically down at their hands. Oh, well, Dad, Vivi was the one who... Father, Lord Envy was the one who felt the pull on the border. I think it's them who should... You know your sibling cannot answer, son. Why? The fingers still pointing at me twitch. I try to jerk my arms up, but the intangible force wrapped around me pushes back down. Huh. Okay. If he gets distracted enough, maybe I can... Yes, of course. He stands. The rasp of his throat disrupts the ominous silence. We were both in the Black Citadel when Lord Envy felt the border weaken. We saw a light in the sky after that. We hurried to the woods past the circles, and we found a human near the limits. A pause. We encountered some void-bound. More than usual. They chased us beyond the limits. And far away from them at that. They got really close to the fourth bridge. That is quite concerning. It is. The void-bound venturing off limits? That could only mean the tower is getting more powerful. We should raise the alarm in nearby towns. Tower. Hearing that word is enough to drive my heart all the way down to the pit of my stomach. This may be my only chance. Excuse me. That tower you mentioned, what is it? Judging by the many reactions around me, it seems they'd forgotten I was here altogether. We do not know exactly. It is an entity that has been feeding off of Limbo's essence for eons, long before some of us were born. Its origin is unknown, as are its goals. We assume it is sentient and intelligent to a degree. Any attempts at communication have been fruitless, however. That vile thing is a threat that spits monsters into our realm. The Voidbound, which you've had the pleasure of becoming acquainted with. That should be enough to satisfy your curiosity. No, it's not. If anything, I have even more questions now, but I'm not sure of how smart it is to show interest in this entity they're so afraid of. I see it in my dreams, after all. Maybe it's a bad omen, or worse. Something that could get me killed if they found out.
Curiosity is a marvelous thing. Please don't hold back if you harbor any more questions.
I can't see through that affable smile of his, but my gut churn and twist at the sight. There's something behind those words. Intent. Maybe a wish for me to keep asking.
You wished to speak, did you not? This is your chance. I now grant you permission to plead your case, if you will. Our dear Prefectus moderates this chamber, but today I will be the one to heed your words. I advise you to be wary of what you say, or what you do not.
A cold drop of sweat rolls down my temple. My mouth is so dry I almost choke around my tongue. I don't really know what to say. I don't know who you are or where I am to begin with, but I'll tell you anything you want to know with one condition. Whispers erupt around me, some entertained, some horrified. My voice gets caught in the bottom of my throat for a moment before I can speak again. You must guarantee my safety. Promise me I won't be harmed, and I'll tell you everything I know.
I never had any intentions of hurting you, my dear guest. I assure you that you fall under my protection, and my word and my will are law. Is that enough to ease your concerns?
I somehow managed to hold a stare. I can't, for the life of me, read his expression at all. Yeah. I literally have no choice. Yeah. It'll have to do. If he really is as powerful as a god, like a Zeus-type figure, he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants. I have no real guarantees. That is all I have. A hopefully not empty promise.
Indeed.
Excellent. I promise your cooperation will be rewarded. We will start with the very basics. Introduce yourself to the chamber, my dear. My surprise must be showing because he tilts his head to the side, inviting me to answer. My name is Mika. I, live in Feyborn, a small seaside town. I'm nobody in particular, I guess. What about your intentions, my guest? Intentions? Right now, survive, I guess. A sputter echoes from one side of the room. Ara slaps a hand over her mouth, but the motion only makes her slip more evident. Rhea clears her throat. I can feel the strain in her forehead as she tries not to roll her eyes. How did you get... I don't know. A seer stabbed my hand. What? A seer? I went with a friend of mine to get her fortune read. They offered me a reading too, and then they started saying the weirdest things. They attacked me, stabbed my hand, and the floor gave in. I fell, and I remember... I racked my brain only to find that those memories are still scattered and fragmented. Sensations remain, but I can't put them into coherent words. I remember the ocean and the stars. Someone was talking to me. Then I woke up in the forest. I don't think it's wise to tell them what Seer told me about this somehow, about the one between, or... Are you the one between? His golden eyes widen. For a moment, as brief as a blink, his calm countenance is shadowed by the grip of fear.
That is quite enough.
My mouth clamps shut instantly. I agree. It is bold of you to assume you could spit all this nonsense without being... I'm not lying!
Hey!
She did fall from the sky, I just said that. We saw the border being broken. And I saw the writings on the back of her hand. It's obvious a ritual has been performed. We don't have time to lose listening to this nonsense. If those damn creatures are wandering outside their prison, then we should focus on ensuring our people's safety. I'll see that every patrol station in every town near the 4th Bridge sees their numbers doubled, immediately. In the meantime, I suggest we bring the human to Redlock until we figure out what to do with it.
Huh?
Redlock? That's a bit excessive, isn't it? It's not. For all we know, she could explode any minute now. Redlock is our safest bet. Explode? We would further ensure she is under constant surveillance, and proceed with further deliberation after the Voidbound are driven back to their swamp. We do have yet to reach a solution, and time is scarce. Do my other children have any suggestions?
Uh,
Why don't we try to send her back to the firstborn? You all surely can't be fine with sending her to Redlock of all places. I refrained myself from asking what Redlock is. I think I can get an idea. It's not that simple. We have to consider the consequences of our decisions.
Harmless or not, which we don't know yet, we have to prioritize the safety of the realm. Do you all understand that?
I do, but if she shouldn't be here, then let's send her back. Safety of the realm. Am I a threat somehow?
mm-hmm.
Right, y'all? He shoots up in his seat, a confused babble falling off his lips. Registering the sudden attention of everyone else, he sits upright, throwing helpless glances around him.
Sorry, what?
You motherfucker, listen up! Weren't you listening? No. You were talking about someone's life here!
What do you want me to say? It's not like my opinion will change anything.
You have a slight, like, muffle in your mic as well, sweetheart. Whoever voices Shawl. Probably best, again, to, like, get concentrated, get that voice in, lower the sensitivity of your mic, get closer to your microphone, and throw a cover over your head. Might be able to kind of just, like, reduce the amount of noise that could be picked up by your mic.
Just say something. Anything would do at this point.
He sputters and slumps, deflating onto his uncomfortable-looking seat. Aren't gonna like it. Just say it! Ray is kinda right. We're in the dark about all this, and the voidies are running around out there while we argue, so... I mean, I know that, but... She looks at me, lips worried into a troubled line. I share the sentiment. Permission to intervene, Praefectus? Envy shuffles their feet, vaguely gesturing at me with one hand while avoiding my eyes. Rhea regards him. Their gazes meet for the briefest of moments. Permission granted. We are not seeing the bigger picture, I'm afraid. First, the Midnight Tower starts spitting void out. Then they venture beyond the limits. Now a child of the Firstborn shatters the crystal border and crosses into Limbo. Suspiciously close to the tower, may I add. Do you think these events are related? They could be. It can't be a coincidence, at least. Not when the tower is absorbing more essence every day and the Voidbound are becoming smart enough to bypass our defenses. Perhaps its sheer power is starting to leak into the Firstborn, and this is a consequence of it. We know too little about the tower to discard any scenario. It's either that, or the human has been summoned here, and both options should concern us. If the tower is not responsible, it means someone has performed a ritual without precedent, and has done so with a purpose in mind. A purpose we know nothing about. Another human sent her here, you say? That's what she's saying. That, or someone has summoned her from this side, and that seer of hers is an unfortunate puppet.
Nonsense. The requirements for such a feat are incalculable. Unfathomable.
Unfathomable. You said unfathomable. For us.
No. There is no way a simple human could do something like that. It's impossible.
Then the only possibility left is blaming one of our people. Those privileged enough to know about the existence of the Firstborn are aware of the consequences of attempting something this egregious. Even if they somehow had the power and the knowledge to reach the other side of the crystal border, they wouldn't risk their positions, their lives, for an insanity like this. Father wouldn't know if they behaved otherwise. No one could pursue something like this unnoticed without leaving a trace. You mentioned someone stabbed your hand, you're not? Yeah. They drew something on the back of my hand, and then you know the rest. I looked down at my hand. The cloth gale tied around it is stained red. I saw it, yes. I couldn't read it due to the state of the wound, but with effort. She could have drawn it herself. And why would she do such a thing?
That is what I've been trying to tell you since we started this, Gael. That we know nothing. Nothing at all.
As such, we cannot ignore any possibilities. Can you say with striking accuracy that she is completely innocent and oblivious? Gaia looks at me. I don't know how to feel. He forced me to sit here, yet he's fighting oddly hard to ensure I'm not sent to whatever Redlock is.
Huh?
No, I can't. There's no need to get defensive here. Just let's assess the situation. It's obvious they have to talk amongst each other, and I cannot defend myself. So if I raise my voice, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna make someone mad. I take a shallow breath. The seer wanted me here. Or perhaps not them, but someone else. Did they want me in particular, though? Like it or not, they knew a lot about my life. The puzzle pieces lay strewn before me. I can imagine endless possibilities of what the final picture looks like. But my mind can't fully grasp it. A lot of terrible things come to mind. Speaking out of turn might get me in trouble. These people, whoever or whatever they may be, are not my friends. Right now, they fully have the upper hand as well. They're discussing what to do with my life, after all. I have to be smart, no matter how scared I am. I swallow down the thick lump in my throat. I gather myself and raise my hand. Amon's hold allows me to. That's good. Should I... go on? Again, I swear I'll cooperate with you in every way that I can. I have nothing to do with whatever's going on. I just want to go back to my family. I understand that. But the truth is that you may be dangerous in ways not even we can fathom. I'm not doing this for entertainment. Let me prove it then. I wasn't lying before. If me being here is such a problem, then help me leave. I get it. You're trying to protect your family. Then help me get back to mine. I'll tell you anything you want to know, or help you however I can. Just give me a chance. I throw glances around the room, but I'm only met with the heavy silence of the deliberation, pinched brows, pursed lips, and then an exhausted sigh. I must reiterate. Confinement should be our last resort. It is not only cruel, but we are also depriving ourselves from learning from Meek. If you want to be cautious, my prefectus, then let us personally watch over. Hey, that's smart. Keep your enemies close and all that, Of course. Who knows? Maybe she can help us solve this mystery. I doubt it. However, if the tower or someone else wants her, I agree it's best to have in our possession and under our personal vigilance. Think about it, Ray. We know so little about the tower. If keeping the precious bunny means we can have some advantage, we should play smart. And of course you gave her one of your silly names already. And what if you're all wrong? What if the tower has nothing to do with this? Then it means someone is plotting something against Limbo's integrity, and we should stop it from happening, no matter which side of the border it belongs to. Your Mika could be harboring plans of her own, or fulfilling them for someone else. Then you'll agree it's best if we keep a close eye on them. Alright, I'll trust your judgment. You lot are really tiring to argue with. I withdraw my proposal. For now. Thank you, Prefectus. Truly. I got you to like me just a little bit. I got you to like me just a little bit. Do not thank me yet. I'm merely placing my trust in my siblings. You'd best not betray that trust. I won't. Father, how should we proceed now? Father's looking down at his hands, twisting the many rings glimmering on them. It is a concerning situation, no matter the truth that lays behind it. Your arguments have been nothing but impeccably solid, and I confess I fear for us all. If our guess is the key to discerning the tower's intentions, or to uncovering a treacherous path to hurt our people, then perhaps... He looks right into my eyes.
Impossible.
But I will not put my family at risk. I refuse to do so. That said, another thought. As much as Arjal doesn't wish to engage in this confrontation, perhaps he can contribute to answering some questions and assist in our decision. What? I would like to know if the human poses any immediate threat to us. Perhaps you can enlighten me on that matter, son. The color drains from his face until his skin turns ashen.
Well, I've never tried it on someone. And...
Tried it? Wait, it being what? I would have to touch her.
Indeed.
Our approach is greatly affected by the question of whether or not our dear Mika is a threat to the delicate balance of the realm. But if you'd rather not, I understand, son. We'll find another way. It is alright to be scared.
Shaw
wavers, head bobbing from side to side. His legs, which have been sprawled out like a cat's, are now crossed at the ankles as he stares through them with his trembling eyes.
No, I can do it. I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You sure? Yeah. Trying can't do any harm, I guess. Let's find out then. Father's hand reaches towards the other side of the room where Jal sits. A thin beam of light emanates from the two of his outstretched fingers, marking the middle of Jal's forehead. The scent of orange tickles my nostrils once more. The light tastes. Dear Prefectus, help your brother get down quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. She extends a hand in front of her. The railings on the right side of the room quiver, then melt down into a brownish liquid. An invisible mold hugs the cement to create a path leading to where I sit. The steps become solid in front of my very eyes. What was a piece of railing seconds ago is now a perfectly sturdy set of stairs, and Jal wastes no time climbing down them. I must warn you, my beloved guest. There is a ward embracing my son's body. Should you attempt to harm him in any way, I cannot guarantee what will happen. My throat squeezes down a gulp, taking its own accord. Father smiles tenderly as he steeples his hands. There is no hesitation in him. The void in my stomach twists as I vaguely consider what would happen if he sensed any ill intentions coming from him. Jal fidgets, removing his hands from his pockets and taking a step closer to my seat. He can see my reflection in his jacket, tired eyes, and a gaping, swollen mouth. I barely recognize myself.
Hey.
He awkwardly raises a hand at... Hey. He shuffles his feet. His eyes don't meet mine for long.
I'm, Sal.
Sal! I'm so sorry. I could be calling you Sal. Thank you so much. Mika. Ah, this is like a fever dream. So, you want me to explain what... You know... What are you going to do to me? He bares his teeth in a grimace. His slightly rosy cheeks flower into a deep crimson.
Well, if you say it like that, it sounds like I'm gonna do something horrible.
I mean, as long as you don't take off my clothes, as long as nothing gets penetrated anywhere, I think we're Gucci here. I mean, I'm in the dark here. You could be. Yeah. This must sound weird, but I can know about stuff when I touch it. So that's what I'm hoping I can do for you. What kind of stuff? What you're made of. Chemical compositions. I can also learn how your body functions, or if you are sick. Well, I should probably mention that there is a gaping wound in my hand. Otherwise, slightly delirious, slightly malnourished, little dehydrated. 10 seconds away of pissing in this chair because I'm stuck to it and I need to go to the bathroom. I think. You don't sound too sure. I tried it with my cat a few times, but never on... You know. His slender fingers shyly gesture at me. I didn't realize I've been blushing this entire time. And what's the worst thing that can happen exactly? Nothing, I think. It's not supposed to be aggressive with what I can touch or anything. I guess the worst could be learning nothing. I see. Come on, bro. She won't bite. Shut up! Squaring his shoulders after shooting him on a withering glare, he jabs his hand out right in front of me. Your hand. I arch an eyebrow. Please? That's better. Oh, sweet soft boy! I place my non-stabbed hand on top of his. His skin is soft and his fingers curl around mine quite nervously. Good to know I'm not the only one scared, I guess. His fingers find the back of my hand, hesitantly trembling. I close my eyes, readying myself for any kind of pain he squeezes into my palm. I feel my pulse battling his own. The point where our hands meet tickles. Slowly, the feeling turns sharp, like a pinch traveling all the way up to my shoulder. It doesn't hurt. My skin is caressed by a faint wave of dew that sets the hairs along my arms in straight, like a field of needles. It's a low thrum in my ears, a tingling nudge behind my eyes. Then comes a flash of light, a spark the color of the morning sky. Nice CG! Let's go! A bluish glow takes over my arm, lighting it from the inside. Every vein turns with glinting, sinuous lines streaming with life. The orange and red hues of my backlit flesh bleed into blue. I can see all that lies underneath my skin, emanating a soft glimmer. His formerly gentle grip turns firm when my first reaction is to back away. His eyes are two beamy eyes of cerulean lights, lost in a vague point between my collarbones. Oh. Everything floats around us and stills. I can no longer tell his pulse from my own. We merge completely in an unknown sea, and I feel no fear. I drift away, letting the waves carry me, letting his eyes be my anchor. I'm submerged in frigid water, and the ice bites my skin. A voice tries to reach me, fingers dance across the strings of an old and beloved instrument. Praise is given with the gentleness of a love. And it arrives. Grotesque, all-consuming, starving for millennia. It roars, straining against shackles, tearing apart the very filaments for life. It lies and lays in wait. It has been waiting for too long. Don't you think? The light within my arm dies in a single instant. The pebbles floating around us fall back to their natural place, and the energy setting every nerve of my body on edge ebbs away. The last thing to fade is the shine of Call's eyes. His pupils contract, and his shoulders slump as his consciousness seems to slip back into reality. He scrunches his nose in discomfort and releases me slowly, letting his arm fall limply to his side. What is it, son? He squeezes his eyes shut a few times, clearing away the haze clinging into his expression. He doubles over right in front of me, hands shooting up to grip his head. I reach out when he keels over, catching him before he can hit the floor.
Huh?
Call! His dead weight pushes me back into the chair as he stumbles on top of me. The back of my head and the side of Call's hit the stone amidst the chorus of horrified gasps. His eyes snap open. We're so close I can see every twitch and flicker of his pupils as he gazes deep into something inside me. My chest stills. His eyes sink into my own, digging into the furthest reaches of my brain. I hear a soft whispering as his pupils turn white. Every other sound is drowned out by the thrum of his body, like a bolt of lightning caught within his ribcage.
Huh?
Call, are you... His arm snaps up to stop her from coming any closer, but his eyes are still fixed on me, darting between images I can't see. I don't know how long he stays there, curled over me, hovering mere inches away from my face. He's not breathing. The glow disappears from his eyes once more. Air re-enters both of our bodies at the same time. And only then do I realize that I had been holding my breath just like him. Slowly, the heaving of our chests subdues and sink once more. He looks at me, conscious, serene. His bangs caress my forehead, but my body doesn't register the tickle they leave behind. You. His expression doesn't change, set in absolute neutrality, but there's a glint of something behind those impassive eyes. A glint that sends a chill through my very soul. He knows. All? She's harmless. Oh! Lethargically, he straightens up with a steadying hand on the backrest of my seat. Words. He blinks hard several times once more.
Are you certain, son?
He puts some distance between us and reaches the top spot where he hit his head. At a glance, he throws my way, vanishes any doubt I had. He knows about me and the tower.
Yeah.
Carl looks away from me, stuffing his hands in his pockets. She's not gonna explode or anything. The worst that can happen is that she, dies. Like, suddenly. Like, dropping dead, I mean.
Wow. Way to put it, champ.
I mean... Yeah, all humans eventually die! And what do you want me to say? The balance is trying to, you know, balance stuff.
Ugh.
Just don't say anything about death. Fine. She's like a non-wielder. Can't wield, can't see. Pretty much harmless. As I suspected. Father closes his eyes. Father. I love how we call him father and not pride. Father closes his eyes. It's a moment of intimate thought, one everyone present respects. We will take a recess now. I need some time to deliberate. Prefectus, you may send word to the cities closest to the fourth bridge. Yes, father. She swiftly rises from her chair and disappears. With her, she takes the tension that was tightly threaded across the room. Sons, Lord Envy, a word. The three of them abandon their positions without any hesitation, and a few eyes land on me as they do so.
Huh.
Dad, can I bring Mika some water? His step visibly falters at the question, but only for the briefest of a fraction of a second, before he recovers his composure. Of course, my dear. Such a thoughtful soul you.
Yes.
The breezy sound of bare footsteps takes over the lower floor. I watch, still in a strangely comfortable haze, as her mass of pink hair trots away and charges through the gates. Keep our guest company, Call. We will return soon.
What? Wait! What am I supposed to do?
We can play Parcheesi if you have cards. The door closes somewhere behind the balcony. The sound echoes louder than it should. We are alone. There's no one here but me, him, and the droning eye hovering above my head. He draws at a groan, pulling his jacket up his shoulders. The fabric slides back down uncooperatively. I've been in plenty of uncomfortable situations in my life. This somehow isn't as bad as some of them. So, are you alright? I'm in one piece. I think that's as close as I'll get to alright. I guess I have to thank you for that. I was just doing what they asked me to. But you were kind to me. I wasn't. Fine. I won't argue. Are you okay, though? You almost fainted. His eyes suddenly gather at the courage to land on me, and they do so suspiciously. My attempt at gathering a bit of information has failed, apparently.
You don't have to be nice or anything. Like I doubt you care.
That's a bit edgy, don't you think? I can't help but chuckle. At least I try to. No, it's not. Just a bit. Stop laughing! Aren't you in pain and scared or something? I'm surprisingly lucid, if you ask me. Don't know how long it'll last, though. I could still do something bad to you, you know? Like what? Suddenly, like, I remember... The thing is, he's Matthew coded, and Matthew absolutely could do something extremely, extremely bad. Sweats. Sweats profusely. Okay. Sorry. That's the most comical threat I've ever heard, but I keep my opinions to myself. It looks like he would flee immediately if he hadn't been tasked to keep an eye on me. One glass of water coming through! Busting through the gates with a glass in her hand, she saunters over to us. Relief washes over my temporary guardian with such strength I'm afraid he'll keel over again. Very nice of you to leave me here alone.
Oh, please. Don't tell me you're scared of Mika.
He doesn't reply. He shoots me a cautious glance and I instantly know what he's thinking about. Did he see the same thing I did then? Or am I just imagining things?
Huh. What's with the faces? What were you two talking about?
Nothing.
Nothing. Keeping secrets from Sister Ara, huh?
Ara.
Fine. Here, Mika. Drink some.
Oh, what a cutie. Look at this cutie! She's so cute. Oh my god, she's adorable. Several droplets vault off the overflowing glass as she jabs it in my direction, splashing onto my lap. The dazzling smile she's wearing could light up an entire city. Thanks. I hesitantly accept the offer. The glass feels absurdly light in my grasp. I gulp the water down so fast I can't even taste it. My breath cuts short and my stomach twitches painfully at the sudden influx. God, that felt good.
Huh.
Circles? Do you want some more? No, that's okay. We don't charge for it, you just have to ask. Her outstanding kindness is as welcome as it is concerning. I already let my guard down with Master Gael, and that didn't turn out too well. So she's like a mixture of Naomi and Suzu. She's a mixture. Like, she has the flip-flop back and forth depending on who you like, who's talking to her. I rest the empty glass on my lap. Ara's smile broadens until her eyes are hardly more than a straight row of long lashes.
You don't look too different from us.
What did you expect?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you hear Wanderer of Worlds and imagine someone completely normal.
You read too much. There's no wanderer of anything. Wait, that thing. The Wanderer. What's that? A pair of peachy eyes in front of me suddenly draws close. In a heartbeat, Ara's nose is almost completely touching mine, and I swallow a squawk out of pure curiosity. The Wanderer of Worlds! It's an old legend of... It's just a stupid fairy tale. That's what someone boring like you would say. Nah, that's what someone who's not delusional would say. Prick. Ugly. She's not... What the fuck? Idiot. Their shared focus remains on one another, and they're bickering. There's a few hands thrown in the air and merged with some slaps, and soon a round of laughter wrapping it all together. Anyway. Could I have more water? Like a light switch, Ara's face is taken over by another huge smile that utterly erases the impish expression she had a second ago. Sure. Ara picks up the empty glass and shoves it right into Call's chest. You heard the lady. What? Come on. I'm not your butler. Bring it yourself. After the traumatic experience you made her go through, it's the least you can do. What? As if it was my fault! I didn't want to do it in the first place! And traumatic? Give me a break! I'm the one who almost broke my head in two! Come on, please? Paul looks back and forth between us, flabbergasted. Notably, his eyes linger on mine longer than they do his sister's. Don't look at the prisoner. Guest!
No,
please! Oh, sorry, my bad. I apologize, voice actress.
Do it for your super cute and kind sister.
Is that sister in the room with us now? Ara claps her hands together. Her pleading eyes are so big they look ready to pop out of their sockets. Ugh, fine! But I'm adding 10 more to your debt. Aw, my boobaloo. Thanks! He storms off, empty glass in hand. Boobaloo? Her expression twits mischievously as she watches her brother march away, her little hands rubbing together in almost the most villainous of villains would do. Well, at least someone is having fun with this. So, how are you holding up, Mika? I'm sure you've been asked this a bunch of times, but I can't resist myself. Well, I'm afraid I'll give you the same answer. I'll have to give you the same answer, so... I'm alive, I guess. Unless you all have different plans. Because you don't, right? Plan to, off me?
Huh?
No!
I know everyone got a bit nervous back there, but I swear, we're not monsters or anything. See, things are not exactly perfect around here. But now that you're here, they might just be soon.
What am I supposed to do exactly? I think I understand that you're dealing with some problems, but I don't know how much I can be of use. I mean, your brother did say I might die any minute. Which is awfully comforting and not terrifying at all, thank you very much.
Ugh.
Don't listen to him. But it's true, right? Well... Let's not think about that now, alright? What's important is that we all agreed on helping you out. Because that will help us out too.
Oh.
Most likely you will just have to not get into trouble and lend a hand when asked. Chances are this is just a weird misunderstanding and we'll find a way to send you back home in no time. And I'll be there for you along the way. Helping people is what I do best, after all. There's a sparkle in her eyes when she speaks. It's compelling, passionate, like watching someone give the speech they've been preparing for their entire life. And I'm the audience she wants to move. Your enthusiasm is... appreciated? Aww. Aren't you sweet? First, I guess Gael will examine you properly after we find a way to, interact with you without causing a reaction that kills her. Call emerges from behind his sister, nudging her arm with a now refilled glass of water. Shut up! She yanks the glass from him and hands it to me. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's the problem. Just stop talking altogether. Don't wanna. Make me. And so it begins. Once again, I am become a spectator of their banter, of their duet of jabs and puns, as if they were like any other day in their completely normal lives. It doesn't last long, for better or for worse. A scraping noise from above makes them shut their mouths, and the three of us turn to its source. Tilting my head, I watch as the other 5 sovereigns flow inside the room, all quietly chatting amongst themselves. There's a relaxed air about them. Even the stiffness around the prefectus' shoulders has subsided.
Huh.
Hey, look who's having fun over there. Jealous much? You bet. One more boring speech from the prefectus and I'll die on the spot. There's nothing boring about my speeches. They are just too intelligent for your tastes. Next time try using some pictures and puppets, Ray. No kidding, I'd love that. You play into the dumb and charming way too much. What is up with you, Amon? Idiot. My children, back to your seats. This won't take much longer. Because this is a demo, the judgment is thrown into the pit. Everyone takes their seats as requested. All is scurried away at some point, and Ara is the one who lingers the platform that's been my prison for a while now.
Oh,
You can keep a glass if you want, in case you get thirsty again.
hang in there. Just for a little longer. Alright?
Maybe it's her bright smile or the familiarity in her gestures, in her movements, whatever it is. I find myself nodding before I can think about it. Will do. She seems satisfied with that. With a final bob of her head, she turns to the stairway. Ara?
Huh?
Yes? Thanks. She tucks a few strands of hair behind the shell over her ears, but they promptly return to their place around her heart-shaped face. Don't mention it. Her lips quiver as she contemplates whether to say something else or not. With one last beam for me, she settles on the ladder, skipping all the way up to the upper floor. Wonderful. As father, as daddy assumes his position at the railing, the dust floating around the room freezes in place. Timid rays of moonlight peeking through the windows halt their dance. Not a sound or word is heard. The dialogue said the dust floating around the room freezes in place. You are still moving around. I see it. You are all disobeying Daddy. After careful deliberation, I have made a decision. It is true that the human summoning is wholly inexplicable, as are her true intentions, or she has taken part in this unprecedented event. With that considered, I will have the 7 sovereigns guard this one's life until a solution is found and the culprit of this transgression is brought to the sacred chamber. As Limbo's father and protector, I know in my heart this is the right thing to do. As a father, however, I will not demand this of you, my children. If the worst-case scenario came to fruition, many lives would be at risk, including your own. You don't have to ask, Father. The safety of this realm is the safety of this family. Your burden is our burden.
Yeah.
We wouldn't dip on you like that. This'll be easy, you see? Call. Ara? We're in, of course. Don't you dare count us out. Right, Call? A dragged-out hum is his only answer. He searches for something he can use to help his case, but by chance, his gaze falls on me. His expression tightens. We draw a labored breath in unison. Yeah, about that. Ugh, sure, I guess. He looks away, crossing his arms before his chest in a visible discomfort. The tension that could wash out me solidifies, worming its way to my belly. Why is he not saying anything? How will we settle this, Father? Will she stay in the spire? Will we take turns watching over her? Knowing how fickle her life is, I am afraid the spire's volatile nature would not be ideal. My position does not allow me to dictate as much time and effort to this matter as it needs. Therefore, I will ask of you to shelter Mika within your circles. She must be under strict vigilance, but also cannot raise suspicions. This matter must remain as secret as possible. Teach her our customs, if she is truly foreign. Let us embrace her, and let her embrace our home. Sooner or later, the answers will be given to us, one way or another. Stand and cast your vote, if you will, my sovereigns. The room fills with the sound of shuffling of clothes and shoes. 6 hands rest on top of the railing. A quiet hum erupts from the earth, crawling up through the pillars holding the place together. However, there is one among them who doesn't move. Envy remains still, a distant look in his downcast eyes. Father, a suggestion, if you will allow.
Indeed.
Yes, Lord Amon. Even from where I sit, I can see Amon's Adam's apple plummet under the weight of Father's candid stare. I'd like to suggest we include Lord Envy's. Amon. I know the law. But they know more about the firstborn than any of us. It's only fair that he has a chance to help. And it'd be good for them to have a say in this. Maybe we can... Amon! His eyes meet Envy's, and the unspoken words between them are too intimate for me to watch for too long. What curse has fallen upon you, Envy, to which has brought you to a state of subjugation like that? What is going on here? We will speak about that when the time comes. For now, yes, I understand. Do you find yourself ready for this task, Lord Envy? As they glanced at their father, I realized there had been a faint softness in their eyes as while they looked at Amon. However, there's something else that words can't quite describe. Yes, I do. Then it's decided. Envy stands up and joins the rest, his pale hand clasping the cold stone of the ledge. By unanimous agreement, the Seven Sovereigns will take Lady Mika under their sacred protection. We will, however, grant our guests the chance of making a crucial decision. Father offers me a fond smile as his attention zeroes in on me. He brings his hands together, squeezing his palms until a flicker of light seeps through his fingers. When his hands part, a deck of cards swirls in rapid circles between them. Its pace soon slows to a halt, bobbing up and down amidst a golden glimmer. The balcony in front of Father parts before them, shying away from his presence. He slips into the void, and the air itself holds them aloft, coiling around his ankles with care, delicately fanning his clothes. My heart trembles at the sight before being soothed by a calm rhythm. A golden hand slips between my ribs and lovingly pats away the ache felt there. It steals my breath. It relieves me of the never-ending pain of being conscious, being present. I will be taken care of. Every thought is erased with a snap. I'm besotted by the glorious face approaching me, by the scent of morning dew cradling my senses. The world carries father to me, stopping him at a distance that could be dwindled into nothing by a mere stretch of my arm. His power is unimaginable. I can taste it on my tongue, feel it in my veins, hear it echoing in my head. Yet I fight it. No, something else inside me fights it. Fights the hold his godly presence has on me. What are you doing to me?
I apologize. It is my very existence that troubles your soul, perhaps with greater strength than usual, as you are no child of mine. Gather your thoughts. My influence will pass.
I close my eyes, denying myself the pleasure of seeing him. Knowing that he's not actively trying to charm me is all the more unsettling. A dangerous thought crosses my empty mind. What if I gave in to him, to this influence? In my hands, I hold 6 cards. Each card represents one of my beloved children, our trustworthy sovereigns. Let instinct guide you, as each card is infused with tremendous power. They hold the very essence of my children themselves. Hold it! Hold it, hold it, hold it! Or, if you will, have your choice be based on cunning and strategy. Act as you please. Know that each of them offers you protection, understanding, and knowledge. Seize this opportunity, as one in a million lifetimes might exist. I face his delightfully overwhelming presence. I can't hold the stare for too long. It causes flames to lick at my stomach in a blur of pain and pleasure. Is there anything you would like to add, Lady Mika Anderson? I will do my best to be of use. I'll show you that I have nothing to do with any of this.
Oh, my dear. I know you will.
One of his hands reaches for me with languor and feather-like delicacy in equal measure, and my body fervently anticipates its touch. His naked fingers graze my cheek, and it feels as if the sun was kissing my skin. A warm, light touch that— Ah! Go back! What are you doing, Michaela? A warm, light touch that soon turns into a searing caress.
I know you will.
A shiver runs through me, setting my insides on fire as a mind-numbing mixture of pleasure and unease. It is settled then. Today you take destiny into your own hands, for as long as you remain among us. The cards flutter and twirl before they fly away from the cocoon of his hands. They stop right in front of me, 6 perfect pieces of wafer-thin stone and glass, one for each of them, just like he said. A myriad of colors and shapes form carefully crafted stained glass images. Etched on the bottom of each card is a title, each more ominous than the last. I just have to pick up one, and that's it. It's decided. Somehow, part of me still hopes that the moment I choose a card, I'll wake up in my bed. That all of this will be nothing but a bad dream. But that's not going to happen. I will fight my way through whatever comes next, no matter what it is. That's my only resolution, my only comfort. I will make them wish they'd send me home as soon as they saw me. I reach forward, my fingertips hovering over the edges of the cards. The air around them is charged, buzzing with energy. It laps at my skin, beckoning me to choose. And so I make a decision. Perhaps my final one. Is that the end of the demo? Is that the end? Let's go! Holy crap! Let's go! Very well done. Very well done. That's exciting. All of them terrify me, and I love it. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that. Very long demo. I would say, in pure honesty, I would say it is a little too long. There were some places that could be like dimmed down or cut. But if that's the story you want to tell, then fuck my opinion on that. Tell the long story. But fantastic, fantastic job. Kept me really much engaged. Characters. It's very clear, each of them being coded. The only one that I'm missing is, like, you can tell that Call is kind of the mixture between Matthew and Damien. Yeah, but literally everyone is there. So, very good demo, very enjoyable. Again, the only things that I've nitpicked, I've said during all of this is, like, literally just nitpicky programming shit, which is, like, transitions, music transitions, just fixing up a little bit of some of the options. And I noticed the 6 cards. I'm assuming, is Daddy the true route? Is Father Pride the true route? That's the biggest question, huh? But otherwise, I think first time coding, so I appreciate that. Absolutely, 100%. Like it's trust me. Like me jumping into programming was literally a game jam, and I learned in like 30 days. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Obviously, everything can be tweaked. Everything can be like changed up, fixed, whatever. True wrath is abstinence, you heathen. The true wrath is I jump into the pit. Oh my god. But that was fantastic. Thank you so much for playing Lost in Limbo's demo. Please consider supporting us on Kickstarter. Hit the icon. Yeah, so eventually the demo will be probably coming out for playability, obviously. They wouldn't make a demo if it wasn't that case. So definitely pick it up and try it. And fuck this, I'll kill myself! And the secret is, if you actually jump into the pit, the tower just immediately erects itself inside of Limbo and just takes over everything. Oh my god. But that's way too cruel of me to think of in that idea. But yeah, very interesting. I would just say, if anything, just be wary of a character that be wary if commit if you're gonna make the stupid character or not. Like, it's 100% a-okay if you want to make the dumb MC, but commit to it. Because this MC is very powerful. This MC is very, very, like, it's Mika. I recognize the power. I recognize the power here. It's Mika. But do better than what I did 10 years ago and commit one way or another whether or not she's smart or stupid. Because we don't mind one way or another, but don't wishy-washy one way or another. But I'm really excited to see kind of what the story has unfold. I'm really excited to see where the story goes. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Gael. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with Gael. If not, Daddy Pride. But, like, though, Ara's very cute. Ara is insanely, insanely cute. Maybe give Ara a chance. Amon's also it. Envy is a character, I just want to know the story. And Call makes me think. And then Rhea, of course, Rhea is Diana. So I'm just like, oh my god! There's already a connection right there. We'll be able to watch the stream later. Yes, this will obviously be made public later. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Oh, and there's a survey! There's a survey when you finish the demo. Wonderful. Click continue. There you go. August 21st, the demo will be... Oh, look at that! It has... Oh, that's so cool! You can see the background now. How nice. How very nice. Very, very nice. Love that. Okay. Okay. My mouth hurts, and now I need to go direct someone. Because I need to go direct them for an audition, and I also need to direct them for the demo. So I'm gonna let you all go. Where am I sending the Twitch peeps? Let's find out. Thank you so much for letting me play the demo ahead of time. Let's go ahead and throw you all lovingly and very gently. Absolutely, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for offering to send me the demo. What is everyone doing? Let's send you to Obake Pam. We haven't been to Obake Pam in a while. Go give love to Obake Pam. William, thanks so much for the 100 bits on Twitch. Thank you. I deeply appreciate it. Sorry, is streaming? Not yeah, he is. But he's doing, yeah. But, I mean, I could, but I could also send you to Obake Pam. But anyways, I'm gonna get going. My mouth's starting to hurt. I need to make sure I have enough mouth to do directing. So, thanks everyone for coming. Have wonderful streams, and I will see you all next time. Play the demo when it comes out. Love you all. Bye!